bitches, all eyes on you bitches. No time for the little dick. You see the bigger the dick, the bigger the bank, the bigger the dance, the better your chance. To get close to the quick friends, I'm going after the big man. G-Train make a big fan, make it quick man. Slow ahead like light dance, like lightning. I let the nigga with a wedding ring. Make accounts in the Philippines. Black bear take care of things. We out for some in the living room. Watch turn home. I get the music with my period on. Love nasty hoe. Red bone but a classy hoe. Young jazzy hoe. And don't be scared, cause if you curious, just ask me hoe. Yes, bitch, let the cops fight nasty hoe. Some baddest bitch, what? Who the baddest bitch, y'all? Tory or Megan? Who the baddest? Somebody the baddest in this motherfucker. Talk shows about hoes. And it's your fault, ho. I'm going off, ho. With old boss, ho. I'm broke off, ho. See you pays to be the boss, ho. That's how you floss. Elevated, butt naked, and I pop up your daddy. You can marry with the player head. Who the baddest bitch, y'all? Is it Tory? Or is it Megan, baby? Who the baddest pooch? Girl, is it Torisha? I Miss Stallion there. It's the versus battle of a lifetime, girl. Who is the best? Don't go to be a dumb hoe. That's a no-no. Stay ahead of the game. Save up my condo. Spend a pussy by the grand. And a month you wanna bend. Another wicked set of rims. See if I had the chance to be a virgin again. I'd be fucking by the time I'm 10. All flags in the motto. Dick fucking in the auto. And quick fucking like to follow. Ram it back in the truck or every dead ass drunk. But we don't get high though. We never took it up the ass. Off the try, but I pass. But for what I heard, it ain't bad. I'm a curious bitch who talk to get broke off. Bring your baby steak, cause it's nasty. Girl, it's too much going on. There's too many bad bitches on the scene. This bitch don't even know he live. Period. What's going on, Conscious Crew? Child. Oh, wait a minute, bro. What's on? That's my sex music about to start playing, girl. What's going on, you all? Damn, bitch, I got too many windows open. God damn. Okay, girl, what's going on, y'all? Bitch, I'm up wide open eating homemade macaroni and cheese and my drawers, bitch, sitting here at my work desk, girl. Got all this stuff, girl, all this news, girl, all this shit going on in the world, girl. Got vanilla folder stacked to the ceiling, bitch. What is really going on in the world? So, of course, the Conscious Crew members, girl, they've been blowing me up about all this shit going on with Miss Megan Thee Stallion, child. If y'all missed out on the reading of the transcripts, then I definitely need y'all to catch that VTO, okay, girl, because the transcripts was giving up some tings and some tings and some tings. Now, y'all know that Megan and Tory got an nasty criminal case, girl. They're gonna be following up with more court dates later on in the year, girl. And somebody going to jail, bitch. I don't know whether it's Megan Thee Stallion and her knuckles, girl, or whether it's Tory Lanez and his ball spots, bitch. But somebody is gonna be spending some motherfucking time in the Big Ben, bitch. That's what I do know, girl. So I don't know whether they're gonna handcuff Megan's bunions, bitch, or find some hair somewhere on Tory, girl, and drag these folk on into the federal penitentiary, girl, where they can fight for their virginity forevermore. But somebody ass, baby, is definitely going to the big shank. girl. So we got to get into some controversies, girl, because it's a lot of narratives being spun. It's a lot of UFO conspiracies going on, girl, around the case. Child, shit keeps getting convoluted, and it's a mess. It's a mess. And it's really primarily a mess because folk reporting on the story don't know how to keep all the context and information together, girl. And I can't even promise you that at 12:30 in the midnight salacious hour, where typically, girl, it's thotting and bopping going on in these hours, girl, that I'm going to be able to keep the chronological order of things in order, girl. But I trust me more than I trust the rest of these hoes on it. That's what the truth is. And I'm going to be dropping the link, girl, because I just want to know what y'all thinks about the things going on, girl. This is going to be, let me tell you something, based upon the way these lawyers on both ends are setting up the shit, girl. This is, I'm going to tell you right now off the back. I'm going to tell you right now off the top, off of the rippity, girl. This is not going to be a case that's predicated on facts. This is going to be a case that's predicated on who can present their side of the case, girl, in the most convincing way and manipulate the context, the actual context around the evidence there is. Because what you got here, girl, is a group of drunken, hyper inebriated, high-ass, altered state of consciousness-ass Negroes at 4:30 in the night, battling it out for a ponytail holder. And who the best goddamn mediocre MC is in a refurbished-ass Escalade on the side of a goddamn mountain, and all these good white people damn neighborhoods, feet start getting blown off, bitch. Murray start reading off the who fought who, the DNA results show that it might be that Tory and Meg was in some type of a situationship, bruh. You got Megan so high out of her mind, allegedly, that she gets out the car before the shootout, girl, and goes sits her pussy down on some random bus stop bench on the side of a damn mountain in the dead beat of the night, girl, where there's bats out, girl. Coyotes are out this time of the night, girl. And she took her and her V-part wig, girl, and sat down in the blistering cold dead of the night in her bikini and made a phone call to her manager because she needed him to airlift her and her feet right up from the bus stop, girl, to her LA home, honey. Because she wasn't about to deal with the ligament. But more importantly, girl, what she was not going to deal with. Hold on, girl. And y'all know I got to do it. You know I got to do it, girl. For those of you who've been keeping up with the keepings ups, girl, hold on. Hold on, girl. Hold on. What more importantly, she was not about to deal with, girl. Do I have it here? Where is my teens and my teens at, girl? Where my teens at? How doing? Oh, wait a minute. How doing? Girl, where is my motherfucking shit at, girl? How doing? Girl, they tripping, girl. How doing, girl? How doing? Girl, what is the tea? What the fuck? What? Oh, here it is. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Girl, I should have had this shit queued up beforehand, girl. Charge it to the motherfucking game, girl. And I don't even see it here, girl. I don't even. Oh, there it is, girl. Y'all know who she didn't want to put up with, girl. The one thing she wasn't trying to do, girl, the one thing that she absolutely needed, girl, to be Ubered away from the Escalade, girl, is when Miss Kelsey, baby. When Miss motherfucking Kelsey got the hooping and the hollering in the backseat, bitch, because she needed Megan Thee Stallion to know. She had just found out from the Kylie Jenner pool party shindig, girl. She had just clocked the whole tea, girl. And when Miss Kelsey, girl, started sounding off in the backseat on Miss Megan, baby, when Miss Kelsey started doing all of this, girl.
Come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first. Really?
Period, girl. Like, when Miss Kelsey, girl, got the tallying up the score about what wasn't right in the buttermilk at the pool party, girl, and why Miss Megan was so pressed, baby. And she wanted to finally, she had enough courage, girl, to take her issue up with her friend / her boss, girl. She needed to know right then and right there in the back of the Escalade at 4:30 in the deadbeat of the night on the side of these white people's good mountainside, girl, if Miss Megan.
Come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first.
Period. So, girl, Miss Megan wasn't here for it, girl. Miss Megan had a VMA performance the next morning, girl. She had studio rehearsals, girl. She had rap rehearsals, girl. She had things to do, bitch. Okay, she didn't have time to be helping Miss Kelsey to play Blues Clues in the backseat of the Escalade at 4:30 in the morning, girl. Over Miss Tory. So before we even get into the thick and the minutia and the meat and the potatoes of it, girl, I need y'all to give me a nasty piece of thumbs up, because this helps with YouTube's algorithm, girl. This helps them to recommend, suggest, and to showcase and recommend and promote and advertise the goddamn channel. So if you ever want to help any of your favorite content creators out, girl, just press like. You can never do enough liking, okay? And everybody in the building always needs to hit the like button. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, because if I like it, you're going to absolutely love it. And you need to make sure that you have your notification bell set to all, because you never know what day or hour the king shall be kinging. Now, with no further ado, girl, let's just get into it. I don't want to keep you all here all night, because we definitely got quite a bit of streaming to do tomorrow, girl. Well, today, technically. So we'll be with you again at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this good here Thursday, and then we'll be turning around back at 9:30 Thursday night Eastern Standard Time, girl, to get into some more teams, okay? So with no further ado, let's do it.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Girl, before we get into it, let me welcome my handy-dandy co-host with this new technology, bitch. He done sold his soul to the damn Illuminati, girl. They gave him a good camera, as a part of his goddamn contract, girl, and he is really living. How you feeling, Miss Reckless?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Also, is feeling a little ill. I told her to smoke a cigarette and take some Benadryl because she was a little constipated. She got the bubble guts. I told her to put some lotion on her finger and shove it up her ass and collapse her rectum, girl, and let all that trade and all that swollen nut and everything that the put up in her damn guts in the midnight hour, girl. Because y'all know how the gays like to get down on grind at these times of the night, girl. But she ain't taking my advice, girl. So if y'all see her running to the right and coming down, bitch, it's because she got that ass on the toilet, girl, and she's what it totally does. Now, I want to wake you up, Miss Wiggum, because I love you, honey. What do you want to open up? Why we here tonight? Oh, wait a minute. Before you do that, let me go ahead and speak to everybody in the building. What's going on? Refuse to lose. Hey, boo. Hey, Miss T. Taylor. Hi, Lisa. What's going on, Miss Morrison? Hey, Miss Oz. What's going on, sis? Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Marie. Hey, Ayaya. Aya. Is it Aya? Hey, Aya. Hey, boo. What's going on, Serenity? What's going on, Miss B? What's going on, Miss Boutique? Hi, April. What's going on, WNK? Hey, Big Mama. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Izzy. What's going on, Ice? Hey, Jace. Hey, sis. Hey, boo. Hey, Nikki Parker. What's going on, Official Ty East? Celebrating that 2,500 subscriber count, girl. Make sure y'all go and subscribe to our residential godmother, girl. The official Ty East report. Please support the boo, honey. He is giving y'all news you can motherfucking use, girl. Like, child, some of these content creators make me feel like I'm lazy, bitch. The way I be seeing some of y'all on it, girl, y'all be with it. I'm trying to keep up with the Thaises and shit of the blogging sphere, girl. I'm trying to keep that consistency there. But y'all make sure to subscribe to my boo. What's going on? Good night, run this. Hey, I mean, good girl, run this. Hey, Miss IG. Hey, Shalonda. Hey, Miss Rose. What's going on, everybody? Hey, Latasha. Hey, boo. Hey, you know what's going on, love. Make sure y'all follow you know. Subscribe to you know YouTube, girl, and definitely check you know out over on Instagram, baby. You know, be getting into all the things, bitch. The commentary, honey. He be giving y'all old nasty TikTok reel, girl, shaking and baking, shucking and jiving like damn Tina Turner, girl, working for the city every night and day, bitch, over on Instagram. So make sure y'all shout out to my boo. Not shout out, girl. Subscribe to my boo, girl. It's late. Charge it midnight, whole hours, girl.
Yeah.
Hey, Reginald, what's going on, love? Hey, Miss Baby. Hey, Carmen. Why is everybody getting in a frenzy over our old report? Oh, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Hey, Miss Brooks. Why are we here? What's going on? Tell us about it. Because Megan is one of your favorite MCs, right? No?
I listen to her, but she's not like a fave. There's nothing like that.
I don't know why I don't know why I thought it was her and Kim.
It was Cardi and Kim.
Oh, Cardi and Kim. Okay. So, what's going on? Tell us about it, girl. You open it or love.
Well, already, so basically what's going on is that people are just about going crazy over, I'm going to say a report. Now, whether that's a medical report, police report, only God knows at this point, but people are going just about in a frenzy, and they're trying to invalidate what Megan is saying. Basically, there was a article story that was put out saying that I'm gonna call him Dr. L. Loffredo basically said that Megan's original wounds were made from her stepping on glass. And so people are using that. It's like another twist and turn of the story. So, girl, I was like, girl, I don't know.
Okay, well, let's get into it, y'all. So Reckless just kind of laid out the basics for y'all, girl. Let's go ahead and pull up, girl. We gotta do a little bit of traveling, girl. Also, if you're having any type of technology issues, any type of relationship issues, girl, if the tampad, what's it called? A tampon? What's it called?
Tampon.
Girl, we are so not girls.
Tampon. It's tampon.
Tampon. The blessings of having a penis. Girl, if the tampon ain't condom and the condom ain't condoming, girl, just remember y'all. It's Mercury retrograde. If any of y'all get divorced in this month, girl, it's blame it on retrograde, girl. She in the building until June the 2nd, girl. So life gonna be very complicated for the next few weeks, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I need to actually snatch this. Let me snatch this right here. Okay, so we about to read some articles, girl. Lay it out what's going on. No Fed Up put a report. My radio just reposted it. Okay, so extra child. Y'all know, girl, we got to give credit where it's due. Fed it put out the report. My radio just reposted it. Okay, so shout out to Fed it. It's my first time hearing of Fed it, and I'm not that familiar with Mob Radio either. But shout out to Fed it for having first dibs on the teams of the teams, honey. And what's going on, Miss Yamina? Okay, so let's put up some motherfucking shit here, bro. What you laughing at?
Girl, I can see what is. I'm just thinking to myself. I can see how this panel gonna go.
What it's about to give, girl.
Mm-hmm. I'm like,
y'all, don't start, girl. It's retrograde, y'all. Do not start, okay? Do not.
No, because right now, I'm over here look. I'm like Raven. I can see into the future, baby. It's about to get crazy. I can feel it.
Okay, all right. Well, we got 145 people in the building. Make sure all 145 of y'all nosy asses hit the goddamn link button. I mean the like button, girl. You can tell this lady, girl. I can't even speak right. Okay, girl. So currently what's going on, as Reckless just stated, girl, we're gonna pull this here from AmiyaDaybruh.com, honey. Like, why people gotta name their shit all this type? Girl, I don't understand who be inspiring these government names like this. It's just Amiya Dabra, okay? No, actually, this is not it. This is what's it, girl. This is from hiphop24x7.com, girl. And it is Megan Thee Stallion stepped on glass according to doctor in Tory Lanez case. Okay? Doctor's conclusion following the Tory Lanez incident are revealed in new information from Megan Thee Stallion's medical record. Doctor verifies Megan Thee Stallion stepped on glass as concerns about the fate of her case against Tory Lanez begin to surface. More emerging material has emerged as a result of DJ academics discovering documents on this case. While the spotlight has been on the Young Thug Rico case, a story involving Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion has gone undetected. A LAPD report showed that Meg reportedly walked on glass, according to reports leaked online by Mob Radio. According to the records, Dr. Loffredo of Los Angeles, who treated Megan for the laceration, acknowledged that it was caused by walking on glass. We're interested how long this circus will go, given that no x-rays of the purported shot have been presented and no supposed bullet pieces extracted from the foot have been recovered. Okay, so here it is. Malago Graham, aka Mob Radio's Instagram. She posted a portion of the official police report from the Meg Tory situation reveals that Dr. Loffredo treated Megan for a laceration to her left foot. It also states that the same doctor confirmed it was due to her stepping on glass, okay? As you guys can see here, this is the continuation sheet, okay? And it, I'm not going to read it to you guys. It reads, my partner admonished Harris per LAPD from 150300. She responded, yes, 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 and yes, what the fuck do you want? When asked if she wanted to talk about what happened, Harris said, I really want someone to represent me. Our investigation revealed that on 07/12/2020, at approximately 4:30 hours, a physical altercation between Harris and Pete occurred at 1841 in the Coast Canyon Road. An unknown suspect fired approximately 5 rounds. Smith, Peterson, Pete, and Harris entered the black Escalade and flee southbound on the Coast Canyon Road. Based on Peterson's seating position and the position of the firearm, Peterson was the last person to have constructive possession of the firearm. Arrest Peterson, a.k.a. Mr. Daystar, a.k.a. Mr. Ballpatch, a.k.a. Mrs. Lanez, was placed under arrest for violation of a 25400 IPC carrying a concealed weapon in a vehicle. He was transported to Hollywood Station for booking and processing. Injuries and MT, okay? Smith, Peterson, and Harris did not complain of pain or injuries, even though from the transcripts we learned that allegedly, girl, there were some neighbors who woke up at 4:30 in the morning and thought that they saw Megan Thee Stallion having her goddamn track snatched out of her motherfucking head by all these niggas on the side of the Escalade. But nobody reported any of the goddamn bruising, injuries, broken bone, scratches, scrapes. No other injuries were found. So I am sure that eyewitness testimony was it was a mixture, girl, of like the seasonless chicken that was eaten the night before, girl, and good sound peaceful rest and just being awoken, girl, doing the fourth watch and just seeing a bunch of niggas niggering. Now, here's where it gets interesting, and this is where the streets became ablaze, okay? Under that injuries and MT situation here, okay, it reads that Pete was transported to Sinai, okay, Megan Thee Stallion, and was treated by Dr. Loffredo for lacerations to her left foot. Dr. Loffredo confirmed laceration due to stepping on glass, okay? Evidence, the attached property report. The names, the officers, Mr. Diaz and Miss Olivia, recovered a yellow pendant, a nail, and spent cases from 1801 in the Coast Canyon. Okay, so somebody had lost a nail, bitch. Somebody had lost a necklace, and they found all the bullet casings, okay, on site, period. So, mind you, this report is dated. Actually, it doesn't even have a date on it. Oh, no, that's not a date either. Yeah, this is not dated, but it doesn't matter. The article continues to read, the medical record was bogus, wrote JS from Twitter. The medical record was bogus and a cover-up, even though the prosecutor said it came from the doctor who may have treated her. That doctor didn't actually treat her. She can't even produce x-rays to prove the fragment still in her feet. The article goes on to say that the reports note that she was alert, oriented, and breathing comfortably at the time of her admission. She had visible small wounds to her posterior ankle with no active bleeding prior to a more in-depth evaluation. Throughout the report, Megan appeared to withhold information from several officials about how she sustained her injuries. She first told authorities she was, quote, walking at a party and heard a loud noise and ran away. The medical report states, adding that she thought she had stepped on glass. Megan was quired repeatedly about her injuries, according to the emergency department, but she claimed she never heard a gunshot and initially did not believe that there were bullets there. According to the report, initial x-rays seemed to have revealed gunshot fragments in both of her ankles. Megan told Gayle King on CBS Morning earlier this week that she didn't immediately inform authorities that Lanez, 29 years of age, allegedly shot her because she was afraid for her life, given the proximity of the event to the George Floyd murder. Okay, and here it is, the page is promoting muscles, good bedding, how to get rid of crabs, etc. Now, let's revisit those injuries, girl, okay? And this is from Amaya Deborah, okay? And these are photos. Megan Thee Stallion reveals the injuries her foot sustained after she was allegedly shot by Tory Lanez, okay? It reads, American rapper Megan Thee Stallion has shared graphic photos of the injury she sustained after she was allegedly shot by Tory Lanez back in July. It will be recalled that the Savage rapper was shot in the feet twice during an argument as she and her best friend Kelsey Nicole attempted to get out of Tory Lanez SUV following a fight at a house party in the Hollywood Hills last month by no other than Queen Illuminati Kylie Jenner. According to TMZ, the group had an argument as they left the house party in the chauffeur-driven SUV in the early hours of Sunday morning, but Megan, 25 of age, and her friend, and at some point wanted to leave the chauffeur-driven car. The report said Tory, 27, then opened fire inside the vehicle, and it allegedly hit Megan in the feet twice. Megan Thee Stallion has now taken to Instagram to reveal her gunshot wounds while slamming trolls who accused her of lying about being shot. In one of the photos she shared to her page, a doctor was seen working on her injured feet. She wrote, quote, lots of laugh. What I have learned about majority of people on social media is y'all like to hear bad news before good news. A lie spreads quicker than the truth, and y'all ready to be believing the shit y'all make up. I got hit at the back of my feet because I got shot. I was walking away facing the bike. Why would I lie about getting shot? Why are y'all so upset that I don't want to be in the bed sad? Why y'all upset that I can walk? I got stitches out my feet like 2 weeks ago, and I was ready to go celebrate WAP going #1. I usually don't address internet bullshit, but y'all people are so fucking sick. God was really watching over me, and I'm healing so well. Sorry, I'm not as sad and miserable as a lot of y'all, LOL, but I'm going to keep being Megan the motherfucking Stallion. Okay. Now, this is interesting because before we go any further, girl, it never looked to me that Megan stepped on glass. Stepping on glass implies that the sole of her feet, the base, the bottom of her feet stepped on glass. If she had actually stepped on glass, these injuries here would actually be the injuries underneath her feet. Okay? These injuries are to the east and west of her ankles. Okay? And these wounds look consistent with being grazed by bullet fragments, some shit ricocheting and shearing the surface skin off of your feet. This would look consistent with a grazing. Matter of fact, hold on. Hold on. If you're in the building, please like. Get these motherfucking likes up. Thank you so much. Oh, girl, some of this shit is graphic as a mouth. Fuck, god damn, bitch. Well, I definitely can't show some of this shit. Butter up a tom, girl. Hold on. Girl, I'm so glad I didn't just pull this up in front of y'all like this, girl. Some of this shit, girl, some of this shit is equivalent to porn, girl. Hold on. If y'all in the building, please. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, okay? I just want to give y'all some examples of some things, girl. Give y'all some old nasty piece of examples, bruh. Hold on. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. This building. Okay. I meant this building, girl. This video. Yeah. Okay, I think that's enough. All right, let me blow this up, okay? So this is an example, you guys, of a bullet grazing wound, okay? So just so you can just see, like, these wounds are consistent, girl, with a ricochet wound, girl, or a bullet, like, grazing past your ass and shearing off, once again, the surface layer of your forehead, of your back head, of your ankle, of your damn stomach, of your titty, whatever the hell you got hit, girl. Okay? So this is a man who got a ricochet wound from a bullet, girl, gun fragment wound, girl, okay? It could look a little bit like this, girl. Okay, let's show another grazing, girl. Now, I know it's a game of semantics because Miss Megan didn't give a damn whether she was grazed, tased, whether the bullet flew by. All she knew is that bitch, she got burnt, she got hit. As far as she's concerned, she shot, girl. Most of us would be using that type of language, okay? This is another example of bullet grazing, girl, okay? It's when fragments either break the surface of the skin, which is why it's called a superficial injury. It does not imply that she was not hit by fragments. It just means that her injuries were surface. That's why she was able to leave and go home after surgery. This is why she was able to, she did a few stitches and then she was able to drop that puss like it was hot, girl, doing the WAP celebration party, girl, Illuminati WAP party and everything, girl, be able to bust them splits open, girl, So these wounds, girl, are consistent, child, with motherfucking, and let's pull up Miss Megan's feet, girl. They are consistent, girl, okay? It looked like the bullets grazed her or ricocheted off her skin and broke the surface level of the motherfucking skin, okay? You can see all the superficial injuries around as well, girl, okay? Fragments. It's like a bomb exploding, girl. All the fragments is what kills you if you're like near a bomb explosion. It's not the explosion itself nearly half the time. It's the shell of the bomb exploding into 50 million metal steel pieces and lodging themselves into your damn face that kill your ass. Okay? So, what y'all think, girl? Consistent? Do we agree that these wounds definitely are consistent with the grazing? Okay, and once again, if the report, if she had stepped on glass, okay, it didn't say fall on glass. If she stepped on glass, these injuries would not be to the side of her feet. They would be to the bottom of her feet, girl. Okay, that's what it means to step in the name of glass, girl. Shout out to Miss Kelly. Now let's continue on. Let's continue on, girl, because no matter what happens here, I want y'all to know that Miss Kelsey only got one thing on her motherfucking mind, girl, and that is...
Come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first.
Period. Now, let's continue to move through, girl. Let's continue to push through here. I'm going to drop the link so you guys can come up here and sound off if you need to. Do what needs to be done. Give what needs to be given. Let me... Hold on. Okay, let's get back to the motherfucking show, girl. So, the news hit, girl, about the medical report, as you guys saw. FedEx and Mob Radio posted the initial medical report that was written by Dr. Loffredo that read that Megan's injuries came from her stepping on glass. We just debunked that visually, girl. You know, that's not what it looks like when you step on motherfucking glass. But there's a reason why that report is written up like it is and was at that particular time. All things are not what they seem, but okay. This is from Twitter, girl, and this is from blogger Ken Barbie, who wrote, "Y'all want Megan to be a liar so bad. What's going around is the initial police report, not a medical report. It's been said that she told police she stepped on glass initially. That's not new. It wasn't until later the doctor confirmed and told her that she had bullet fragments in her foot," okay? This is a report for Cedars-Sinai, girl. This is an actual medical report. It's a bit blurry here, girl, but it talks about a female presented with foot pain and laceration. She reports that she was barefoot at a party last night, okay? So all of this stuff, remember, Megan has already given an entire context. She already done said she lied. When she first came forward on Instagram, she cleared it up, okay? That she was indeed hit. She was shot. I know, once again, a game of semantics. Nonetheless, the girl was injured by whatever the fuck came up out of that goddamn gun. That's on period. Okay? And she went into more context in terms of what happened that night. And she admitted she lied. She the one who told us she lied. Why she lied. She the one told us about, being scared. These niggas had helicopters, SWAT teams. They had drones. They had motherfucking nuclear warhead tanks pulling up, girl, around the Canyon Mountain, girl. It was teams going on. And George Floyd had just had his situation, girl. So she was trying to save Kelsey in her forehead, Tory in his bald spots, girl, and make sure that this goddamn rented escalator could go back to the goddamn renter center that it came from, girl, because she wasn't trying to die or have a famous death, girl. So she lied. She even lied all the way up until being taken to the hospital, because you got to remember, the police also escorted her to the hospital, okay? She did not tell the truth until the police had left and the doctor started talking to her about potential surgery. And then that's when she opened up to the doctors about her injuries and about what actually taken place that night. So yes, Megan has already admitted that she gave an entirely different side of the events initially, okay? Police had also already left by the time Megan had given a truer testimony, okay, to the events of that night. And she had only told that to the doctors at that time, okay? So not even the police had knew this. They also initially thought that she stepped on glass, etc., because that's what she gave the folk. Now, I don't want y'all blocking nobody. Let folks sound off, girl. This is social media. This is what folk do. They socialize, okay? This is a more nuanced medical report. Talk about the loud noise and ran away. You know, all the stuff that we done covered already. She noted that she had some bleeding from lower extremities and thought that she had stepped on glass. Okay, all that's what you see blurred out here. She subsequently presented to the emergency room on 7/12/2020. Okay, and this is the same date that all of these reports have went up that are now surfacing that DJ Academics. See, this is what happens when you're biased, because you're going to chop and screw information and you're going to like yield it. You got to unbiasedly report on teams for there to be a true context, because see, you would get caught up. Okay. It describes the description of the procedure. The patient was met, and once again, all this is blurred out, so it's hard to read this, you guys. The patient was met with preoperatively where her blisteral lower extremities were marked by a member of the surgical team, and the consent and procedure were confirmed. She was then taken back to the operative suite where anesthesia was performed without incident. The patient was then transferred to a regular table in the supine position. All body parts were well padded and secured. The patient received, I can't even read this, Ansel for prophylactic antibiotics immediately prior to draping. The lower extremities were then prepped and draped in the usual sterile fashion. A multidisciplinary timeout was completed to confirm sweet soup procedure and critical clinical factors. Okay. And it goes on and on and on about the details. The wound was gently propped with a tonsil, and with assistance of fluoroscopy, the bullet fragment was identified and successfully removed. Now, this is an official medical report from Cedars-Sinai, not a police report, but an official one, okay? Where despite the story that Meg initially gave to the doctors, once the procedure was actually gone into and they started working on her feet and her cankles, girl, the doctors did perform a procedure where the bullet fragments were identified and successfully removed. Okay, her Achilles tendon was noted to be grossly intact. A correct was used to debride any dead tissue, and a sharp knife was used to excise the skin edges. Okay, we then turned our attention to the left lower extremity. She was noted to have an approximately 4x4 centimeter soft tissue wound over the lateral portion of her. Girl, I'm gonna need glasses after I finish trying to read through, girl, five shields of anti-nosy filtering, girl. But see, when God bless you with third eye and fourth eye and fifth eye, girl, slap up all the blurriness you want to, bitch. Nosyology will prevail, bitch. Of her calcaneus foot involving the full thickness, demise in some area, debris, I don't know what this is. There were approximately 3 1-centimeter areas which probed deeper into the subdermal soft tissues. There was no exposed bone or major neurovascular structures or tendons using a tonsil, blah, 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 blah. The three bullet fragments were saved, packaged according to standard protocol, and passed off to the appropriate authorities. Multiplanar fluoroscopy was then obtained of the bilateral feet, demonstrating successful removal of the major bullet fragments. There were tiny fragments, retained missile, that were noted, however, deemed too small to attempt retrieval. So they removed the major fragments, and they also removed, they couldn't remove the shrapnel, okay, from her feet because they were too tiny. So those are allegedly still lodged in her feet to this day. We then proceeded to perform in X debridement of the left lateral foot wound using, it's so blurred out here, I can't even. Skin was carefully and sharply concise. The bilateral lower extremity wounds were then gently debrided with a curette. Each extremity was then irrigated with 3L of normal saline. Okay. Methodical wound exploration was performed. There were no retained instruments and all counts were correct. The wound on the right lower extremity was then closed with 3-0 nylon in simple interrupted fashion. The deeper soft tissue wounds on the left lateral foot were approximately with 3 So it goes into all of that, okay? It then goes on to police brought the savage rapper, now 27, to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles on July 12, 2020, where she was admitted under a pseudonym. The report notes that she was alert, oriented, and breathing comfortably at the time of her admission. She had a visible small wound to her posterior ankle with no active bleeding prior to a more in-depth evaluation. Throughout the report, Megan appeared to withhold information from several officials about how she sustained her injury. She first told authorities that she was walking at a party and heard a loud noise and ran away. The medical report states, adding that she thought she had stepped on glass. The emergency department noted that Megan was asked repeatedly about her injuries, but she stated that she never heard a gunshot and initially did not believe that there were bullets present. However, the report states that initial x-rays appeared to show bullet fragments in both of her ankles. Megan told Gayle King on CBS Mornings early on Monday that she initially didn't tell police that Lanez, 29 years of age, allegedly shot her out of fear for her life, seeing as the incident occurred so soon after the George Floyd murder. Now, once again, this is by Ken Barbie, who posted up on Twitter and captioned, "Y'all want Megan to be a liar so bad." What's going around is the initial police report, not in all caps, a medical report. It's been said she's told police that she stepped on glass initially. That's not new. It wasn't until later the doctor told her that she had bullet fragments in her feet. Okay? Some of the comments are, I think someone is paying these blogs to make Megan look bad. Hospital records say bullet from Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. Somebody else is replying, thank you, Ken Barbie. Somebody else is replying, exactly. His team is trying to bring confusion in this game. It is not a game, it is real life. Let's see what some other people wrote here. She needs to, somebody wrote that she needs to sue Mob Radio. Somebody else said sue her for what? Crying emojis. Somebody else wrote the fact that the leprechaun and his team are pushing this narrative. My God. Someone else wrote, Mob Radio, stay lying. The feds can't knock on her door fast enough. Somebody else wrote, this is why you are needed, Ken Barbie. Somebody else wrote, finally, someone with sense. Someone else wrote, on-site reported it. Of course, it's a lie. Someone else wrote, crazy how you're the only blogger clearing this up. Thanks, Ken. Apparently, somebody added Lovely T here as well. Someone else wrote, yep, initial police report says glass because that's what she told the police and doctors. Initially, she then went and got x-rays, which revealed the bullets and need for surgery. Police reports are often not even admissible in evidence, so it's unlikely a jury would even see it. Someone else wrote, police reports aren't admissible as evidence, girl. A lot going on there. So can you do me a favor, Reckless? Can you bring up a copyright disclaimer? Because we're going to Megan speak. This was one of her initial video she did about everything going on, girl. Jersey AJ says that Tory's attorney is doing what she's supposed to do. She's protecting her client as a defense attorney. All she needs to do is present a different theory, period. That's what lawyers get paid to do. Miss Battle said, thank you, the fuck. Period. California girl says, this shit is so disturbing. Shame on her. She's been getting all these honors. Who exactly are y'all talking about? Somebody else says not Ken Barbie. She's the loser. Miss Battle says it doesn't matter who was sleeping with who. We already know she lied in beginning. Why y'all acting like this is news? This is not the big joker of spades. Judge says, good question, Goody. If the report is real, this is a problem. I don't know if this is so. So what basically they're talking about Tory because he's like what 3'2", girl. He's shorter than Lil Kim. He's Lil Kim. So allegedly, girl, a federal agent got the records YouTube channel FedEx 1811. That's where she got it from. Okay, got it. I'm gonna have to check out FedEx 1811. And thank you so much, Pappy Docs, for what you sent me. So yeah, they're saying that FedEx 1811 initially is the one who had broke the story. Every other blogger just took it around with the evidence. But Ken Barbie is saying that this is not. Is people trying to paint this glass versus bullets conversation into something new for me. This was discussed from the very beginning. Okay, so go ahead, Reckless and Sando on our copyright.
Copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Period. And once again, this is from Ken Barbie's Twitter. Quote, is people trying to paint this glass versus bullets conversation is something new for me. This was discussed from the beginning. Let's do it.
I get out the car. I'm done arguing. I don't want to argue no more. I get out. I'm walking away. This nigga from out the backseat of the car starts shooting me. You shot me. I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that. When the police, because the people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police came, because the neighbors called the police, this did not happen at Kylie house. This happened damn near back at the house I was staying at. I was just trying to get home. We was 5 minutes away from my spot. The police come. I'm scared. All this shit going on with the police is shooting motherfuckers for anything. The police was literally killing black people for no motherfucking reason. Soon as the police tell us all get out the motherfucking car, the police is really aggressive. You think I'm about to tell the police that we, niggas, us black people, got a gun in the car? You want me to tell the laws that we got a gun in the car so they can shoot all of us up? Nigga, I'm scared. It's a fucking helicopter over us and some more shit. Why the fuck would I tell the laws somebody got a gun in this car and this nigga shot me? So I can get shot, you can get shot, she can get shot, he can get shot. I didn't tell the police what happened immediately right then because I didn't want to die. I don't want the police to shoot me because it's a nigga with a gun in the car. I'm leaking, I'm bleeding. Motherfucker, somebody, I'm lying, bitch. Did I pay a helicopter to come over me and record my feet leaking blood? No. How the fuck I'm gonna fake that?
Period.
I didn't tell the police nothing because I didn't want us to get in no more trouble than what we was already about to get in. The fuck? I get to the motherfucking hospital, the police bitch being so rude to me. Well, what's going on? Like, da-da-da-da, you're being detained, da-da-da. Ma'am, I'm being detained, I'm leaking. But I'm still not saying what happened. Shit crazy. The motherfucking doctor, the police finally let me go. I ain't go to jail. Them 3 motherfuckers went to jail. I get to the hospital, the doctors do x-rays on my feet. Oh, ma'am, you got bullets in your feet, got bullet fragments in your other foot. I'm thinking the doctors is the police, so I'm still trying not to tell them, like, no, I didn't know I got shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared. Like, I've never been shot before. I don't have to lie about that.
Once again, I don't know why I don't know why that's so unbelievable for people. I mean, how many niggas lie when police show up? How many niggas, I don't care what just happened. Please stop acting like y'all ain't never been in a club shootout. Y'all ain't never been at a barbecue shootout. How many niggas is getting to telling the truth when police pull up? Even if you saw a motherfucker top get blown off. You ain't seen nothing? All right. They're like, stop it. We're talking about black folk here, okay? Black folk not being completely upfront with police, especially when police had put on this level of production, bitch. Helicopters, drones, 8 damn officers. This is in the middle of the night, girl. Megan wig about to blow the fuck off from the goddamn helicopter, from the helicopter wings and shit, bitch. Kelsey ass, her drawers getting vacuumed off of her ass, girl, because the goddamn helicopter is that close to their ass, girl. Like, how, like, girl, this is completely believable, girl, that she was afraid, she was shook. There was a gun in the car. It was a nigga who was already on fucking parole, already goddamn cases in the car, girl. There ain't nobody could promise how these police were going to react to the situation if they knew that this was a hostile group of niggas. That's what Megan didn't want the goddamn police to think, girl. It's like this was a group of hostile ass niggas. Motherfuckers have been shot. Things done went pow pow, guns everywhere. It was a mess of a situation. Now, what might be suspect, girl, is all the shit that led up to guns going off. But I don't see nothing unreasonable about Megan's initial handling of things. Excuse me, girl, this is the orange juice. Now, I'm going to tell y'all why people also, because, girl, it's a lot going on in this case. Because while that was going on, you got to realize her friend and her employee, ex-employee, ex-friend girl, wasn't trying to spill the tea because the only thing she was concerned about when everything was going down was...
Come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first.
Period. That's all Kelsey was concerned with, girl. Kelsey, her forehead said, what, bitch?
Come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first. And that ain't right, because you're supposed to be you're supposed to be my best friend. That's
from Kelsey in the head, girl. Now, shit gets more crazy. If not there being conflicting eyewitness accounts, girl, neighbors claiming they saw Megan getting jumped, getting stomped, getting beat down. It's been rumored that Kelsey, who allegedly was fucking Tory, had actually been the one to shoot Megan, girl. It's been alleged that Kelsey was paid $1 million to not speak, girl. Gunshot residue has been found on both Tory and Kelsey. Allegedly, girl, more gunshot residue was apparently found on Kelsey than Tory. It's a mess. It's a mess. Okay? Come to find out, girl, this is a whole motherfucking mess. Well, the mess continues. Because according to source.com, girl, LAPD reported that the bullet fragments are missing in Megan Thee Stallion shooting. New details around the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez shooting case are emerging. Over the weekend, the Los Angeles Police Department said that bullet fragments removed from Megan's feet, quote, cannot be located, adding that the doctors categorized her injuries as superficial. Tory Lanez outside the courtroom. He's prepared for trial. Megan Thee Stallion will be sued for the lies she made. It goes on to read that according to TMZ, Detective Stalkner, okay, who also reread his account during the transcript reading a few weeks ago, had revealed that the alleged bullet fragments in Megan's ankles cannot be found at this point. This was revealed by Tory's attorney, Sean Hawley. Quote, on cross-examination, Detective Stalkner admitted that the bullet fragments allegedly removed from Mrs. Pete's ankles cannot be located, said Hawley. The new emerging information is crucial in the Say It Singer's case. If the fragments are missing, it makes it difficult to prove whether Meg's cuts were from a bullet or glass, as previously speculated. If the bullets cannot be found, it also helps Tory's case. The shooting occurred in July 2020. Following a party in the Hollywood Hills, Lanez was arrested for possession of a concealed weapon after he allegedly shot Megan in the foot. If convicted, Tory Lanez faces 22 years and 8 months in prison. The Canadian native has maintained his innocence. As new court details emerge, Megan was not happy with the media's coverage of her truth and lashed out at those who felt that she felt were minimizing her experience. Quote, like I've been shot, and the focus of some of these headlines are dismissing that I was attacked with a weapon, even though she's missing an A in weapon, while I was unarmed and trying to paint it as a catfight between friends. Why do I have to relive this with everyone on the internet every day and watch y'all gaslight me? My God. I want to see if the comments are still available under this tweet. Get a Meg. Someone wrote, love you, Meg. Sad emoji, disgusting. I'm sorry, Meg. We love you. Heart, please clear them, babes. You deserve better. You literally shouldn't have to explain it to anyone. I hope you can get the justice you deserve. Y'all not finna keep torturing this woman. Leave Megan alone, period. Megan, it's hard not to focus on this win. It's all across your timeline, but keep up your positivity. Love hotties, love you, and support you always. Army's also on your side, and we believe you and support you. Who I gotta fight, Meg? Someone wrote, I'm sorry, Meg. It must be so traumatizing. People are so evil. Meg, it's so sad that you still need to talk about this. People are getting sick and they don't mind if other people are okay or not. You seriously deserve better. These media outlets don't give a fuck about people and their feelings and traumas. I'm so sorry you got to come on here defending yourself because weirdos on the internet love you for real. You don't deserve this at all. I love you so much. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. Sending you lots of love and strength. Hope the obsession with the case is over soon and people can leave you alone about it. Girl, I'm about to drop the motherfucking link. So allegedly, girl, they cannot find the bullet fragments. They have mysteriously vanished from the hospital, and I think this is why people are having a hard time with this case because shit keeps changing, shit keeps coming out. There's contradictory this. However, we did read a official medical report from Cedar Sinai Medical Center, thanks to Ken Barbie, that did verify that bullet fragments were confirmed and removed largely from her feet. Now, this is my thing here. This is what I don't understand. Is the medical report said that there are still tiny fragments in Miss Stallion's feet. So that should, those fragments and an x-ray for those fragments should still be enough to verify that she was shot, right? Reckless? So I'm trying to make it make sense. And these are all things being said by attorneys on both sides. This is going to be a wild, wild, wild west. Miss Kelsey, aside from.
Come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first.
Aside from that, girl, she says she's waiting to give her everlasting testimony and truth, girl, until her and her ponytail have to approach the motherfucking bins and the benches. Okay? Hey, you know TV, welcome to the platform. What's going on, love? Can you hear me, darling?
Yo, I had to my fan off. Hey, y'all.
Welcome to the platform. What's going on?
Girl, you want this tea, right? Because bitch, there's a lot of shit going on in the background.
Yes. Tell me about it. What's going on?
So this is how it all started, right? So for Fidelity, how do you say they platform? Okay, the person behind that page is actually Myron from Fresh and Fit.
You talking about from the FedEx page?
Yeah, FedEx. That's
what?
Myron from Fresh and Fit. That's his page.
Are you serious?
Yeah, apparently to be a cop or whatever, and he has somebody else in the background that works with him that was getting this report. So, Mob Radio Milagro, she went over to the platform and was like, "Hey, listen," because they went live the other day. She's like, "Listen,
wait. All of this is alleged."
Sorry, this is all alleged. You know, I was there, but I said for Conscious platform is alleged, but I was there when it happened. So, allegedly, Milagro asked homegirl, "Hey, listen, do y'all mind giving me the receipt? Give me the report. I'll pay for it. And she's like, listen, I gotta ask my people. So she was like, nah, what I'll do is I'll screenshot whatever you have up there that you're displaying. And when you give me the receipt, I'll pay you for whatever. So Millie took the time out to screenshot all the paperwork and then post it on her website. Cool. Post on Instagram, put a watermark on it, whatever. Everybody started putting it. You see That's So Bold. You see Neighborhood Talk. You see all these platforms pulling the story and posting it. Now, someone in the comments said that Neighborhood Talk to off their platform and another website, but for the most part, it already got viral and it's already spreading like wildfire. Now, the problem is that no one can confirm this report is true, but again, based on what we know about Megan and how she has, fabricated some parts of the story, allegedly, gotta say that word for sure. In defense of Tory Lanez, a lot of people are saying that this will make more sense because again, the bullet fragments have not been found. Apparently the seating of how they were in the car has now also been allegedly has been shown that apparently in the beginning of that car ride, it was the security driver and Tory in the passenger, and then Megan in the back behind the driver and Kelsey behind Tory. And now, obviously, Tory took the charge for the gun, allegedly, because it was in between his legs when all that was said and done. But we all know that allegedly Kelsey's the one. But we gonna that's the cousin of the day. Either way, the problem now is that Milagro had gotten backlash from posting it because, and I cannot find I should have went to the live. She took the video down. Choke, no joke. He been running his mouth the past couple of weeks about all this Tory and Megan stuff. So allegedly he was on live when Millie went going the freak off on every damn body. Sorry, I'm gonna say the F word, the fuck off on every damn body. And Choke, no joke apparently told Milagro, hey, listen, you a snitch. Where you get the receipts? Yeah, where you get the receipts from? Yeah, you just be lying on it. Like, so he was going off being a real dumbass nigga. And she tried to go on the platform to talk to him on IG Live, but he would not let her up. So he blocks her off the live.
He blocked who?
Milagro off the live.
Milagro?
Because she kept saying, let me go up there and talk to you. He's like, I don't want to talk to you, but I need to know where you got the information from. So when she told him the dude Myron's page, he was like, no, my shit getting flagged. Don't say that nigga name in my comments. Blocks her. And then says, Mob Radio funny. She always said Beyonce her cousin. So he tells her allegedly now, oh, I heard you Beyonce's cousin. Well, thank you for shouting on the platform. Nigga, what?
God, I can't.
Choke no joke a little slow. That's choke is slow.
Yeah, shit.
So Ken Barbie. So Ken Barbie.
Yes.
He's a Cardi B stan.
Okay.
And
now, is that relevant?
Huh?
Is that relevant?
No. No, because you laid that out. No. Because you read the tweet, and I was getting to the next part of it. I wanted to Chuck calling it out.
Okay.
So they say that they called. So they say Mob Radio, Black Tea Blog, and they said impressive. She's very much not biased, but mainly Milagro and Black Tea Blog. They called them the Nicki Minaj the Nicki Minaj defenders. So with that tweet you read about saying, oh, y'all just want Megan to be a liar, the only blogger who has been on her stand about not that Tory's innocent is Milagro. So the fact he said, oh, y'all need to sue people, like, again, the girl been lying since day one of this incident. Megan.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I believe she got shot. At the end of the day, she got hurt. I've never said I don't believe her.
Let me ask you this question, Is there a such thing, do you think there's a such thing as, like, circumstantial lying? Not lying.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So could it be possible that Megan's testimony around this shooting is like, she lies. She's honest about lying and honest about why. It's not like she's like holding on to initial narrative. She's cleared up what and why.
Is it absolutely? I think it's very feasible that the story she told is true. I'm not saying that either. What I'm saying is, I think we talked about this on a couple of lives before. Where I feel like my thought process now is that you've said too much, and now you have to retract what you said. If anybody took the time to sit there and pull up every live that Megan has said something about this story and the interview with Gail, you would see there to be plot holes in her story. The fact of the matter is she got hurt, and I totally agree with that. And I believe no black woman at all should get hurt by the presence of and this stance now allegedly by a black man. That's where we're going narrative, but now it's looking like allegedly Kelsey did it. So now it's like now let's say hypothetically let's say it comes back that Kelsey shot Meg. Again, this is all alleged over a nigga. What would the narrative be if that wound up being the case? Because then would it be protect black women because a man shot her, or y'all need to stop fighting over nigga over some damn dick? And now also allegedly they're saying that Megan actually her foot actually got hurt at the damn Kylie's house. It wasn't even over. It wasn't even in the accident. That's not a narrative. She got into it with Kylie over Tory, and allegedly the reason why they got kicked out because someone broke a window. That's not floating in the air.
But here's the problem, even with that narrative, is that the medical report from Cedars-Sinai confirms that bullet fragments were identified and successfully removed here in highlighting.
Right, but that was that question. My only question with that was, why can't no one identify now where the bullets went?
Now that is very weird.
That's always my question. I believe they took it out her foot. Why can't no one find the fragments anymore?
Well, here is a theory. What if, hypothetically, what if Tory Lanez paid off whoever works in a hospital to whoever had access to that evidence, to those fragments, and remove them? Because we know, I mean, it's not uncommon for judges to be paid off, police to be paid off,
right? Yes,
prosecutors to be paid off, DA to be paid off, doctors can be paid off. So what if this is a scheme that
Todd set up
Tory put up to go retrieve them goddamn fragments, y'all? Because how do you lose something like that, especially in such a high profile case like this?
Right, and it was so quick.
So that's just not, that doesn't even seem natural. Like, out of all the things you would lose, out of all the things that would just go misplaced, like
the bullet fragments
around this would have a bit more protection around it. See, this is what I'm saying, like the shit keeps getting weirder, like, and this is what's, I guess, making people who already don't want to believe Megan, like, not believe her further, because it's like, oh, well, now we can't locate the fragments. Now we can't locate the evidence. But also, what I'm confused about, y'all, is this medical report also says that there are still tiny fragments lodged into her flesh. So I don't know why they just couldn't get her foot re-examined, and because they would still be able to prove that she was shot. Because according to this report, and Megan has said it herself that she still has fragments in her feet. So they should be able to re-x-ray her ass, and that should be enough to correlate her injury to the events of that night. Also, the police report details that shell casings from the gun were found at the same address in the street.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything matches up. There's gunpowder on Kelsey and Tory allegedly. So we know something had done happened, child. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
What you thinking, Reckless? I think what you thinking, Reckless?
Girl, I'm fucking stressed. Like, I get that she lied, but however, the girl was still shot, whether you like it or not. Now, semantics, right. Yes, graze, but the girl was still grazed, a bullet, the gunpowder's onto two people. Something happened. So with that being said, I understand the whole thing about lying, but let's just call a spade a spade. Like the girl was still injured.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, that she was still injured. So whether or not she lied about why they got into an argument and her part that she played, but even then, I'm still gonna say this. Even then, let's say her and her and what the fuck the bitch name?
Kelsey.
Got Kelsey. Well, her and Kelsey got into a fight. Who gives a fuck? Because guess what? At the end of the day, she was walking away, which means that even in the court of law, she was not a direct threat. And this is the reason why a lot of times too, like a lot of times I feel like if y'all would to go to court, all y'all ass going to goddamn jail, bitch. She was not a direct. She was not a direct threat.
She wasn't. At the end of the day, her back.
At the end of the day,
she was walking away. You're right. So I mean, like I said, my whole thing is just many plot holes because now everybody was focusing on Tory, that no one focuses on Kelsey. Now Kelsey's now being a target of discussion, and now finally the security guard's been identified. Because that whole time, no one's like, it's 4 people in the car, but y'all kept saying security guard was like MIA, but now he's been identified. Like,
another thing that's really interesting to me, and I'm just gonna take it there, is that I find it so funny how a lot of people are just not really sitting up here and not even, I guess, understanding the reason why people lie to protect people, but yet. Because black people, we're the first ones that lie, knowing damn well our cousin they sit up there and allegedly murdered somebody, and we would be like, "Oh no, he ain't do it." Even though deep in your heart, you know the character traits and everything that you know he's very possible for him to do it, but yet since that's your family member, you're gonna protect him. You know damn well that he over there robbed that goddamn bank over there, but however you sit and talk about that's not my cousin, knowing damn well he done did it. Or your baby that to slap the damn this shit out of you. Next thing you know, you still protecting, because let's not forget the statistics of black women protecting black men. Now, I'm not saying it as in like a bad thing, but like this is the reason why I get annoyed when we have conversations and stuff. Only because whenever we get the conversation, a lot of people seem like to forget a lot of stuff. Like oh, like they act like everything's just brand new, as if it's just so far-fetched, as if black women don't protect black men all the time. Now, even though I'm saying this, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that Tory did it. I'm not gonna say that. But however, it's just like I am saying is that I'm starting to see like this eager, like this hunger just to prove that she's wrong, that she did this, that it's like it's like a real big giant eager to do it. And I'm like, girl. Ugh.
I think people started to feel like it wasn't that over 2 things, and one's recent. The first one's over the music, because you've seen how Megan and Tory have been talking to each other via the music, and it only was as recently did Tory finally get arrested for tweeting. Because again, everything they've been doing has been a subtweet, unless someone addresses Meg directly when Tory's not really doing it. That was the first thing. And the second thing I believe it was after her interview with Gail, because when they asked that question to her about, oh, have you and Tory have been in a relationship, and she said no, knowing damn well Kelsey had already said that they had been having sex allegedly, and clearly within both of their diss tracks they made a mention of having sex with that man. That everybody's like, okay, girl, so now you even lie about having sex with him, like,
but we know why. But that's the thing, like, this reason I get annoyed is because this is not the first live a lot of us have been into. We already discussed the reason why. That's why now I'm just sitting up here like annoyed, because I'm like, we already know why she lied. Look at her brand. And you mean to tell me that she done allegedly slept with her best friend's dude or whatever, or messing with this dude or whatever, and you mean to tell me she has a #1 hit record called WAP?
Right.
Like, come on. Like, that's what I'm like. I'm just like, girl, like, let's just stop. Let's just stop. Because I think a lot of times too, a lot of people bias. They start to show themselves. Keep in mind, a lot of times too, I know I may talk, but a lot of times I sit back and I watch. Because another thing is, well, the goalpost keeps moving. Once you realize that she did lie, okay, she admitted to lie. The next thing you know, it wasn't like, I forgot who was it. They probably in the comments. Well, someone said that they just about said that Megan kind of looked like she shot herself. It was like, what? Like,
Now that I don't believe.
And this is the reason why, like, I'll be like, girl, like a lot of y'all be like biased. Like it's unconscious. I believe it's a lot. I think it's a lot of unconscious bias, but I think it's like a lot of unconscious bias that do come into effect. Because a lot of things we're talking about the whole thing of, oh, she slept with him. Who gives a fuck if she slept with him or not? Why does it matter that she had a dick in her vagina or in her mouth to her getting shot? What does that have to do with anything? Whether or not, because the thing about it, it doesn't matter if there was a relationship or not in the court, whether if they had a relationship or not, if they had sex or not, that still does not equate to shooting somebody at in the goddamn day, especially when the back is turned.
Exactly, I agree.
It does not equate to that. Like, I think I understand that we're mixing up the whole thing about, I guess, the moral code, but however, you can't go to jail for sleeping with somebody's husband anymore as a woman anymore.
No,
you can't go to jail for cheating, because if that's the case, a lot of niggas be in jail. You can't go to jail, like, and that's the thing. Like, that's what we're missing. You can't go to jail for even like not telling like the fucking full truth in the beginning, because bitch, if that's the case, a lot of our cousins would end up going to jail. But you go to jail for shooting somebody, especially with their back turned, which means that self-defense is out the window. And a lot of things too. People, even the last live we did, people was like, oh, I think allegedly somewhere along the conversation they were saying that Kelsey won. Even that's even the case, even to say Kelsey won the fight, you won the fight. You're going to go and try to attempt to murder this girl. That's overkill.
I'm reading some of the comments because I'm just trying to see if people are reading. I'm looking at
turn. How did she see him shoot her? So I'm pretty sure if your back is turned, you can still turn your head. Like, that's not.
Yeah, there was.
Like, you don't have to.
She still said she turned her head, and that's how she saw Tory. That was the claim is
exactly
allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said sleep with someone is a motive in court, and then somebody said it matters because Kelsey and her mom and sister made it part of the story, and that's true. Because again, back to the diss tracks, Kelsey did say we got to because you slept with a nigga that I was interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's motive to shoot. If again allegedly. Is Kelsey the one shooting? Because again, what we know is that Tory tried to save Megan under the pretense of the text messages and the fact that, you know, in his, I think one of his songs on his I don't know if his mixtape or album he did. No, it was the album he did after all that stuff happened. He said, like, I tried to save you, girl, like, and we fighting over nothing. Like, I mean, again, even if, you know, it's over dick. Tory tried to do his best. Yeah, and why is only Megan the one that only heard a dance bitch thing? Can we get to that too? Like, why is it only Megan hearing that?
I don't fucking know. It's because keep in mind too, it's a lot of things that I be in like witness. Well, I be like in 3D, actually, like in the present time, actually experiencing, and I'll be the only one that hear shit. It happens. Shit, it happens. It literally happens. Like if it has happened to me. Like I'll literally be with my friend, and then me and this person be talking, and I looked right at the bitch. I said, "Did you hear what he said?" She was like, "What the hell he said?" I'm like, "He said da da da." She was like, "I didn't hear that." I was like, "How the hell you didn't hear that? It was literally right in front of us."
Right.
It happened.
Elite Leo said Tory definitely has no money to pay off a doctor who doesn't make nowhere near close to where he burned. Now allegedly, according to, I forgot what blog said it, they were saying that Tory ain't got no damn money because apparently Tory had missed like 3 or 4 payments on a condo he has in Miami, and he back payments on that. And they were saying, oh, if he uses that in court, he needs to you know, show his assets that he's broke, but Tory ain't broke. So
I don't know, girl. I was just like, I don't know. I think the thing is, like, I have no problem with people thinking that Megan is lying or whatever, but I think the thing is that a lot of people bias begin the show, and then when they start to, because the thing about it is that which is another reason I can't wait for more people to come up, is that a lot of times too, all you gotta do is allow them to speak, because when they start to speak, they start to snitch on themselves. Because it's what you have to do, you have to pay attention to a lot of the dog whistles. And that's what I pay attention to. It's a lot of the dog whistles. Like a lot of times too, when the previous panel, they was talking about Megan this, yeah, she was shot. But however, the next thing that came out their mouth, she's a whore, she's this, she's that. I'm
right.
like, whether she's a whore or not, that does not justify shooting. Now, whether that could be a motive or not, it still doesn't matter. Bitch, you're still going to jail.
Yeah, because that boy had nothing to do with if she quote unquote is a whore, that had nothing to do with Tory's testimony. But I mean, who said that she was? Oh, I think it was.
You already know what I'm talking about.
Allegedly, it was one. I don't think it was Carl or one of them said that she done fucked the whole industry. I mean, and if she did, so what? A lot of these girls fucked the whole industry to get a coin.
Who said that?
Don't you feel like I can find the receipt? I don't know if it was someone 1501 or somebody said something about she done fucked the whole industry. I mean, if she did, so what?
If she did, like once again, that has nothing to do with what the hell is going on. And this also goes to wait, because this also goes to another thing as well that I've been noticing. This also goes to another thing of when you guys don't feel like a person's valuable, you're so quick to just try to discard their life. AKA, that's what white people have been doing to our black asses for the fucking longest. That's why that shit is annoying. Who gives a fuck if she's a whore or not? Who gives a fuck? Like, that has nothing to do with the moral code of someone trying to take one's life, especially when her back is turned. So it's not like she was a direct threat. Like, we have to stop this. Like, this is really irking my soul. And I think maybe because my stomach a little bit hurting anyway, which means I don't have enough patience to at least keep my poker face for the most part. But that has nothing to do with someone trying to take one's life. Now, which one will try to take the other person's life? That's up for them. That's up to them. But what I will say,
No, go ahead. Finish your point. I'm sorry.
But I will say is this: shit. If I was Megan, I would have went after both of them hoes. I would have. Reason being, okay, since you didn't do it, I'm coming after one of y'all. I'm at both of y'all. One of y'all better get the snitching, unless both of y'all going.
And that's what I'm going to get to. The fact that Kelsey hasn't had to speak all this time. I mean, technically, Tory hasn't either because of the gag order. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I know.
That's why I can understand people's grievances with Megan over the fact that, listen, you don't want this man to speak. Every time he tries to speak, he gets in trouble. You said your best friend ain't do it. She made a diss track on you because apparently, you fucking behind her, but she hasn't spoken either. And security guard just finally has a face, but again, ain't nobody talking to him. So it's like, because Meg's the only one speaking, I can tell everybody's like, oh, well, fuck Meg, because every time she get to speak, it's like Tory can't say shit. And I mean, again, it's not even Megan suing her; it's the state suing Tory. It's not even Megan. I feel like Megan was the one actually suing him. She just would have been over a long time ago.
Exactly, and that's another thing. It's not even Megan; it's the state.
It's the state.
It's the fucking state. And that even goes to the whole thing of the initial reason why she lied compared to her story is that she was trying to protect him. And even then, she still didn't even go to the full force of, I'm going to sue you personally. The state did.
Because I don't think honestly, truly, this is my only opinion, so I'm going to say allegedly, everything on this page is allegedly. Yeah. I don't think she truly wanted to get this far. I honestly, at the end of this point, she's realized that because every time she speaks, it's only getting worse, and they keep pushing this court. Mind you, this has been going on 2 years. When when all this happened, it was 3 days for my damn birthday. I'm still mad about that bullshit. So the fact that this keeps getting pushed back every time, it feels like Tory's about to speak is saying something. Because when he finally speaks and Kelsey finally say her piece, it's gonna cause the industry to go into uproar. Because soon she got on Gail and said everything, that's when all the niggas in the industry finally said, oh yeah, fuck Megan, we on Tory's side now. But at that point, everybody was protect black women. All niggas, oh, we protect black women now. But as soon as she got on Gail, everybody was like, oh, you know what? Nah, fuck that bitch. We gonna finally be against her now. And she's starting to feel it.
But the thing is that, like, let's just be very clear. And I'm just gonna shake the room with it. They've been not fucking with Megan. Like it was just because let's be very clear. It's the same. Black women, I need for y'all to understand is y'all come close. Y'all come close. Let me just let y'all know something. Because the way that we have been socialized as men, bro code is very, very much a real thing and is very much embedded in the lives of men. Bro code is a thing that is very much relevant and is very much alive. AKA, this is the reason why as soon as they had one little mishap or something along the lines is fuck Megan. But however, we also see the exact same thing where they were so quick to turn against black women because guess what? As soon as Candace Samuels came out, all of a sudden was fuck black women. So, girl, they've been thinking that. Like, let's just call it spade a spade. They've been thinking that shit. So, at the end of the day, that's how I feel about it. Damn, what the fuck this bitch went? This bitch talking about me had to go take a shit. But girl, that's how I feel about it. But let's read through some of these.
Let's see some of these comments.
Yeah. It says girl code is strong too. Megan can do no wrong to black women.
That's
so how
not
do you feel about
true. That? That's not true.
Girl
code is true. What I mean by say I don't think that's true because of the fact that Megan can keep a friend for shit. Have you noticed that? Ever since this happened, she dropped EJ, she dropped Kelsey. According to Jonathan, Jonathan said they're friends in real life and they're still good to go. And he allegedly said that Tory tried to pay him off. So that's whatever.
Yeah.
The 3 girls that was in her live when they were
coming, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, the 3 girls that came at Kelsey when they was live with Megan. I think she only fought with 2 of them. Allegedly, her boyfriends all said that she put hands on them. The 2 of them that got interviewed. So I don't know, Megan just. When it comes to keeping a girlfriend around, she keeps them by the pound. Oh, Malibu Mitch. Allegedly, that song that Megan put out, that new one that's called Plan B, but had a prior title beforehand. According to Malibu Mitch, she said that Megan stole that from her. The original title of the song. And that would have been a bestie. So, girl, can you keep a real friend long enough? Because I can't tell. And mind you, she ain't smashed nobody in her other friends. She smashed her other friends, niggas. But it's the fact that you can't keep a girlfriend. So shit, where the girl code at? I'm confused. When it comes to Megan.
Let's get through some more comments. Because girl, I don't have the patience. I can see myself going. Girl, let me see. Where was I? I fucking forgot. I think people are using this situation to further their own agendas. And then all of a sudden, he offered her millions. Come on now. Let me see.
Yeah, because they said allegedly Tory offered all 3 of them $1 million apiece to shut up. That was what allegedly they said.
Yeah, because I most definitely seen what Jonathan said that. Well, what Jonathan said, his part. I don't know about the other people, but I saw Jonathan. She was like, protect me. No, he was the one who injured me. Yeah, because that was something that Elite was talking about. She said she only stopped protecting him when the rumor on Twitter was that he was trying to protect her from being shot. And she was like, protect me. No, he was the one who injured me.
That's a good point.
I do remember that.
That's true. Elite also said there's so many black women who don't believe her, and I think it's coming to the point where, and I said this a while back before I started seeing you in Conscious. I said that I find it funny how Megan was all protect black women. When Breonna Taylor came around, she was mad quiet for the most part. Because it's all happened around the same time. Like George Floyd had just got, rest in peace to him. He just got, he got hacked. And then Breonna Taylor came right up behind that. And that's what Megan started doing with protect black women thing. And that's what that became her stance. And it was like, why is it only protect black women when it comes to Megan? But everybody else is like, girl, I guess you feel like it's protect black women when you feel like it. Don't think she even really stands by that either.
Y'all just keep in mind they have trial in September, so With that being said, a lot of stuff, keep in mind, it's only her part that's coming out. Tory has a whole gag order on him, which is another reason why I believe, now this is just my theory, could be wrong, this is not fact. This is another reason why it's not, for me, it's not too far-fetched that he could be possibly trying to, not fact, y'all, possibly could be trying to pay people off because he's not allowed to speak. Well, since he can't speak, he has to find alternative ways to be able to do X, Y, and Z. If that is the case, it probably is not even the case. But however, I don't know. It's just keep in mind, it's only one part of the story. We still have Tory and Kelsey and the security guard. All that will come out in September. That's why, like a lot of times too, I just kind of take everything with a grain of salt, and I'd be like, girl, because girl.
Somebody said, who's the person that says about Rock Nation? Somebody said, why is not Rock? Oh yeah, Poppy Don. He said, why nobody talk about Rock Nation? The reason why I know I'm gonna talk about Rock Nation because that's I hope this is allowed to be on YouTube. It's an Illuminati rumor that they think that Rock Nation silenced Tory, and this is why it's all going down. And that's only because so many Rock Nation, I guess, tried to sign Tory, and Tory said no. And this is his karma. I mean, he's independent, so. And as much as people independent don't really get a lot of stretch, Tory is able to put music out all the time. He's always up and down Miami. My boy works with him on the side on his music videos. If that man's not eating, he getting money somewhere. So I don't see Rock Nation stopping his bag that damn much. Hell, he got arrested twice and bailed out right after. So his bag can't be hurting that much.
I don't know. I'm just kind of off. Girl, and then on top of it, this is the initial stuff. This is not even after the fact and all the other things. Like, girl, I don't know. Tory said Rock Nation came to him when it happened.
That I believe. I do believe that. Yeah, I believe that.
When what happened? Talking about this incident?
Yeah, so when it first happened, they said, I think Tory made a mention that Rock Nation didn't come to talk to him. Now, I don't know if Tory got deep into it, and I don't know if it's in regards to Megan about like the situation, but he did say they approached him.
Well, I have a question. Isn't Rock Nation isn't it like I'm gonna say like a mafia thugged out type of thing going on there?
I mean, it's written by Jay-Z. You pick and choose how you feel about it, but I mean,
okay. So with that being said, bitch, duh. Bitch, duh. Bitch, you done shot his goddamn artist, the person that's up under him, and you think they ain't finna have somebody step to you? Duh. Like, you, like, come on. Like, that's like me. I'm trying to find a perfect example because I think maybe I don't know, but that's like me getting into an incident with, I guess, Mayweather's daughter. And not expecting Mayweather or his posse to come check me about it. What? Right. Like, what? I don't know. Like, that's the best one I could come up with. But if it's like I guess a corporate type of thing that goes on Rock Nation, then I can be like, why the fuck would y'all do that? But if it's like a mafia type of thing, I'm be like, girl, it's a mafia. Like, what you expect? Like, girl, it's a mafia type of thing that goes on. You thought it was gonna sit and smile in your face? Right. especially when you said it's Illuminati, allegedly. Like, girl, what you thought they were gonna sit up there and be like, oh my god, you can have the whole situation with my artist that makes me a lot of money. Oh my god. What you thought?
Well, okay, so Elite Leo said Rock Nation couldn't even get Meek out of jail. Meek had to get the white man involved. The owner of 76 is the owner of the Patriots, but somehow Rock Nation doing all this stuff against Tory. Now, what I would say that is because of the fact this is somebody black they're dealing with, I don't think, and mind you, Meek Mill ain't worth a damn lick. I'm sorry to say, no one's dead by Meek Mill. Because he will make everybody no money.
Minaj. Don't do that.
Huh?
Yeah, y'all only be saying it because of Nicki Minaj.
No, Meek Mill has a lot of history with DV and the fact that he he don't wash his ass. Anyway, and Nicki Minaj part of it too, right?
I know, because I can hear the bias in your voice when you talk. Once again, them dog whistles. I hear it.
Vo came on top of that. You can't compare Meek to Megan. So I agree in the stance that Rock Nation do it now because Megan's actually making the money and Meek Mill wasn't doing that. That's my only stance on that. I'm sorry. I blame my radio that I become a Nicki stan. I'm so sorry.
Oh, girl.
It's so true. I was not. I know we're not trying to divert from the subject, but I was not into Nicki the way I've like been invested into this woman now that I've listened to Mob Radio. I do. So I am biased. I'm sorry. I won't lie to you.
Oh, trust me, I know. I hear it in your voice. I hear it. Oh, look who came back. Hey, Conscious.
You forgot about us?
No, he ain't come back. Damn, this bitch been gone for a while.
Yeah, I know he said a phone call. He really taking the shit for
real. Let me see. Let me look at some of these comments, because girl, you know I'm always looking at the comments.
I am too. I'm looking read that. Okay, Poppy Don said Tory said on IG Live, Rock Nation threatened him not to speak, and Rock Nation threatened Kelsey not to speak. She said in her lyrics. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go check her lyrics out. See, I wasn't paying the lyrics no attention. Let me go pull up Kelsey's diss track lyrics.
But once again, are we shocked? Wait, well, once again, are we shocked? Rock Nation, Mafia, allegedly Illuminati. This is the reason why a lot of times I'll be like, because y'all be, oh my God, they starting to do that, as if we don't have stories of how the music industry has done people wrong. Like we don't have stories how the music industry has been grimy and dirty to people, as if we don't have stories. And let's use somebody for example, how Beyonce has borrowed styles from other artists. Like it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on. That's why I'm not shocked when I hear it. They're like, oh, you know, Rock Nation did do this. Why are we shocked?
Right.
Them being top dogs. You talk about them being Illuminati allegedly. You talk about them being like this mafia gang type of thing. What you expect out of a mafia gang type of Illuminati top tier thing? Like, what do you expect when it comes down to their own? In order for them to have power, they have to be able to maintain it. Now, that either can be an easy way or a hard way. Let's just call it spade a spade.
Pretty Brown Goddess said Leo about to respond to exact Leo. Tory and Kelsey only stood the game. Meg was on the top of her career at the high of a Savage remix. Okay, so about that, because I have to disagree there.
Wait, say it again.
Okay, so Pretty Brown Goddess responded back to Elite Leo said, exactly. Tory and Kelsey only stood to gain. Megan was at her top of her career and was on the high of Savage remix with Beyonce. First and foremost, Beyonce doesn't acknowledge that bitch. So that's first and foremost.
You said what?
Beyonce don't acknowledge Megan. And secondly, the reason why I don't agree with that comment, because what you say, Reckless?
I'm confused. What you mean? Like as if she don't fuck with her like that?
You know damn well that Savage remix was not something Beyonce really wanted to damn do.
Then she never would have did it.
No, she would have, because she knew how much money's gonna make. With Jay-Z's also, Anyway, I don't
believe that.
I actually believe Beyonce did not want to do that damn song, but because she knew the hype was riding off of TikTok, she did it. But yeah, that's my opinion. But back to the
girl, I hear that bias. I hear that bias in that tone, girl. Because I don't believe that. I do not believe. Because she never would have did it. She's Beyonce. She doesn't have to. She makes trends. Now I do understand there are some things you want to hop on, but this the same woman that created the whole thing with Coachella,
right?
Like she doesn't have to do that. Well, I don't believe that. I'm gonna put it that way. I don't believe that, but girl.
Okay, but back to the initial comment when they said Megan was at the top of her career. Okay, so the reason why I don't believe that Tory and Kelsey was trying to ride on Megan's back, no pun intended, was that Kelsey was already in the industry prior to meeting Megan. And you go back on Kelsey's Instagram with her old photos, she's already in the industry in Texas. So I don't believe she needed Megan to get richer. I mean, of course, being tied to a woman who did a song Beyonce, will make you richer, obviously, because you are her assistant. But I don't think she needed Meg to make more money. As for Tory, however, I mean, prior to this incident, I do believe that, yeah, it looked good on Tory to be with Megan, because again, at the time of her career before this happened, she was that bitch. I mean, she still is that bitch. Again, I think that's only for the reference that, people get in these industry relationships, and that would have been an industry relationship at the time. I can only see that really working if had Tory signed a Raw Nation. And he didn't. This is why everything has turned to what it is now. That's my opinion, though. I'm not entirely sure. That's speculation.
Girl, I'm about lost as hell. This has got me over here spinning.
Beyonce did it because she's on Rock Nation. She had no choice. Do you really think that? I will probably Don to come up though, because I really want to pick his brain. You really think that?
I don't think
she had no choice.
I don't think
again, that's Beyonce's husband. So I mean, she probably didn't have no choice.
But however, she has the right to say no to any. Like, I don't know. I think that she really did like Megan and stuff. I think the whole thing that happened is when Megan got involved with all that BS. That's when kind of went like into the background. Because you think about it, like a lot of times when artists get into like a lot of drama, Beyonce start to detach herself. That's happened all the freaking time. So I don't know. Because didn't they win like a whole bunch of awards for Savage Remix?
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. You saw a couple weeks ago, Megan got the key to the city, and everybody was on Beyonce's neck. Oh no, Megan's neck. Oh, why'd you get the key before Beyonce? Well, if people did the research, they actually were supposed to both get a key from the city, but because Megan has more availability to Beyonce, also no shade intended by that. Is Megan was able to schedule her key first before Beyonce. But again, people thought that because you wouldn't even get that key if it wasn't for Beyonce, then you shade at Megan. That wasn't Megan's fault. But I don't think Megan got that key if they had that remix. That's why I said that. Yeah, Beyonce didn't really want to do it, but she saw the hype of Savage off of TikTok, so she did it. And mind you, the remix does better than the original.
Yeah,
because
that's most songs. It's a reason why there's a remix. You're supposed to add something to the song, so it should be no reason why you're on a remix and the original song is doing better. That personally, from music industry wise, that doesn't make any sense. That's the reason why you have collaborations. Because if you don't add up to the song and this is a collab, I might as well have did this song by myself. That doesn't make any sense. It needs to do better than the original. Yeah, I did my thing. It had this little hype. But however, adding you into the equation is going to make it skyrocket. That's like WAP. Cardi on there by himself and like, girl. But both of them together, because people have been anticipating it, gave it a spark. That's the point of collab. I hope when you collab with somebody, it's supposed to be a game. But girl, I don't know. Let me see. Where the hell is Pro at?
He just posted a link in the comments. What the hell Conscious at?
I don't have no, he didn't.
He just posted the link. He did just post the link like a couple minutes ago. He did.
Yeah, a couple minutes ago, but baby, I don't know where the hell he is.
He just looked. He
yeah, he did. It was at 2:02. Girl, if you don't get your ass back, this goddamn.
So Kelsey and Tory shot Meg together to make music and hang out with Jay Prince. First of all, who said that?
So Kelsey and Tory shot.
Who said that? No, I know Hawk said it. I'm saying who originally said that? God. Like what the hell? No. First of all, Kelsey don't make music. She only did that diss track to come at Meg. Tory did not. Who said that? Now, see, the reason they're saying that because about the whole doing music with Jay Prince is because a video went viral, not viral, but the blogs picked it up where I think Tory's in the club with Jay Prince. And they're saying, when ops get with the ops. So that's shade towards that. I mean, who knows? Meg was embarrassed by Tory cheating. Kelsey and Tory were never in a relationship. So I don't know where that comes from.
I don't be honest with you. I don't think any of them was in a relationship. To be honest with you. I think, which is another reason why I feel like Megan isn't lying the whole thing, talking about you guys have a relationship. Actual relationship, no, I don't think so. I think just sexual, yes, but I don't think your actual relationship. I personally don't think. I could be wrong, but
did Gail ask her was it sexual? Did Gail ask her was it sexual? And she said no to that.
Well, however, it depends. But we already talked about it. It depends on what type of sex you're talking about. Some people don't consider oral sex a sex.
True.
Now, once again, and this is the reason why I be getting annoyed with y'all, because when it comes down to the thing of semantics, y'all be missing the mark. But y'all worried about her getting shot or grazed as a victim, but yet you're not paying attention to the questions and all the stuff that happens in these interviews.
Yeah, I don't call or sex either. I'm sucking dick. I'm not calling that sex.
You see, there we go. Or even a hand job.
Yeah, that's not sex. No, none of that.
Like, okay, yeah, no, we never had sex. Like, yeah.
Okay, I'm back. What the fuck? Oh, y'all held it down, bitch. Y'all held all 272 of my motherfucking folk down, honey. And yes, I was on a booty call, and it's okay, man. Your business, Poppy Dunks.
Actually, drop the link again.
Y'all better have made sure that y'all hit that motherfucking like button in my absence. I done missed all the shit y'all was doing up here. What would y'all? I couldn't even ask y'all what y'all was getting into because I can't imagine where this conversation went.
We were just reading the comments and responding and then building off that. That's basically what we was doing.
Let me pull up some of these comments. So, Goody Chusu says they better off saying that's personal instead of lying. 100% Pure Love says no. Megan and Kelsey's forehead was fighting and someone fired a shot and they ran. Megan tripped on that glass and lied on hope to the hospital. But if she tripped on the glass, why is the cuts and bruises not underneath her feet? All of her injuries are to the east and west of her ankles. And I want to welcome IGF the Weave. I think that's her name. Hey, boo, are you there, love?
Hey.
Hey, welcome to the platform.
I'm always in your chat. I just be in the book.
What's your name in the chat?
Eve the Weave is the same.
What? I don't ever see you, Eve.
Because I be in the bushes. I'm a YouTuber like you.
Oh, hey, girl.
Hey, Juno. You a mob member. Hey, Juno.
What's up, Dre?
I be all in your notifications. I be in everybody's chat. I be on the low.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I just got off a live off of Megan's whole head top over there. So yeah, I'm over here now.
Oh, okay. Girl, I ain't mad at it. You gotta
because I told y'all she was lying. I told y'all she was lying.
So what's she lying about? Tell us about it.
Well, I have a foot wound on the top of my foot though. I have a hole in my foot. Okay. I had a hole and I had my boot on for 8 years. So for Megan to have a whole gunshot wound on the heel of her foot and be out there twerking and whopping and body yaddy 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 in it, that's not how that happens because I'm still in therapy to this day. So I don't understand how she have a whole foot wound with a gunshot and everybody thinks she's out there dropping it low and spreading it wide. I don't understand that.
Well, we did have like a nurse. Well, I don't know if she's like a nurse. I don't want to misquote her or her label, but she is in the medical field and she does. I'm gonna say therapist. Safe to say that she does work with people that have had like injuries like that. And she said that it is possible that she has seen herself. Because I was thinking the same thing too. Like how the fuck? But then she said it is quite possible for someone to recover that quickly because she said she's seen it multiple times.
But look
so,
at
But
I don't think that deep.
I mean, like, I don't think that this requires 6 months of like rehab or rehabilitation. I mean, she only had some skin charred off. And y'all gotta remember, this is a bad bitch who got a #1 record coming out. All that adrenaline and excitement. I was gonna bust out them stitches too for the WAP party. Like all that will motivate you to get your shit together. When you got good dick to go back to and you got children to raise and people to breastfeed and you got money to celebrate and bags to get, all that will accelerate your healing process.
Two of those things you already mentioned she ain't got. She ain't got no kids and she ain't got no man.
Her career is her kids. And all the niggas in her inbox are her men.
That's true. But to be stretching your foot and be squatting on your feet and that's stretching the heel, no. And y'all forget, Megan was at the club with Akbar V and all them with the ace bandage on. Y'all forget that? I had a whole boot on my foot for 8 years. There's no way in the world she was out there stretching her foot with a little sandal on with an ace bandage. There's no way.
But see, all y'all talking about holes in your feet and toes being broken. She only had superficial gunshot wounds.
And I've been debrided like over 20 times for my foot when they said Megan got debrided and that's like part of like a little mini surgery. I've had that over 20 times throughout my whole foot healing process. debridement, they do put you under, because I've been put under all the time because I'm scared of the scalpel and I'm scared of them, like I'm scared of sharp objects. So they had to put me under because I was always nervous. And to breed it, well, my wound, I'm gonna say for my wound was deeper than Meg. I really had a hole in my foot. So to breed all that dead skin, they would have to do that like every other month. So none of the, if I don't have to get an infection, because I will always get an infection, and that's why my foot wound lasted for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So they did have to put me under anesthesia every time.
Every time.
Every time. Absolutely every time. They couldn't touch my foot or put a scalpel to my foot without putting me under.
Okay. Hold that thought.
Ooh, Ray, you said you want to come up, bitch. Come on.
Yeah,
come up, girl.
This might be them. I want to welcome also Be Redemption, honey. Why you looking like a beauty queen at 2 a.m. in the morning, Be Redemption? Why you got to come through and do it like that? Okay,
yeah.
Why?
Well, it's actually 11:16 in California, so.
Period, honey. Stunt on the girls, honey. Stunt down. Welcome to the platform, love. I
Thank you.
Here, I want to welcome Purple, Babu Purple Lover, and Sina. But give your thoughts, honey. What are you thinking about the Stallion situation, girl?
Well, I really can't get into whether she got shot or not because it's giving me high blood pressure. But that being aside, I will say this: I believe in karma, and I'm real deep in being a good friend to somebody. I believe it all started no, I don't believe she should have got injured or anything because she slept with somebody's man. But that it's a whole different ball game in the realm of karma. And when you do things to people, what's your intent when you did that to your friend? You know? So right. I believe in karma. I believe that this was her karma. Now, whether she is fragments, glass, whatever, I don't know. I just wanted to be all right. But as far as that, I just believe it was karma.
True.
Okay.
That is so true.
Okay. So you believe it was karma?
Yep. I believe karma came and got her and gave her a good old nasty piece.
Oh my God.
A good old nasty piece of Frank.
No redemption for Miss Megan? No redemption?
None at all.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Hold that thought and Be Redemption. Welcome to the panel. I think this is our specialist who came up. I also want to share this article real quick before we go any further. And I want to read this a little bit. And this is from Fairview MNHS.org, and it is about gunshot wounds, home care, blah, 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 blah. Follow-up care. Most skin wounds heal within 10 days. Okay, I'll be less than 2 weeks, but even with proper treatment, a wound infection may occur. Check the wound daily, blah, 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 blah. Let me go back up, actually. It says your exam today did not show injury to deep tissue or deep organs or tissue. Sometimes a deep injury may not be found during the first exam, so watch for the signs below. If bullet fragments are left in place, it is because removing them may cause more injury to the nearby tissue. If a fragment is left in place, scar tissue will form around it once healing is complete. Fragments usually don't cause symptoms, and this does give about a 10 days, proper treatment, wound infection may occur, blah, 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 blah. So by the time she got to the WAP premiere, I mean, it's possible that she could have been good because she had superficial wounds. This wasn't a hole in her foot. This was not a broken toe. This wasn't a 3rd-degree burn per se. She just had to leave it alone and just let the skin build its force field back in place. So it could be possible that she was well enough, for sure, to, pop blocking and motherfucking drop it. Now, I'm going to jump to Race G, who is our professional. Hey, Race, are you there, love?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you so much. I saw your comments below, boo. Definitely give us the 411. Give us your expertise.
So, just a little background into my profession. I'm a certified documentation improvement specialist. So, what I do is I review medical records, all types of medical records, from lab reports to um, operative reports to progress notes when patients are seen in the clinic, urgent, out care, inpatient. I review all of it. So what I do is I look for like inaccuracies with, diagnosis, treatment, um, anything that's kind of out of place. I work with the physicians to make sure everything's correct. So I actually looked at the report um, for Megan's procedure. And I also looked at the report that was put out, the arrest report. And I noticed a couple of things. With the arrest report, I noticed that the date of completion on there, where it was signed off, was on the 13th. When I looked at Megan's op report, it wasn't authenticated till the 15th. So, what that arrest record is showing is the initial diagnosis when Megan first entered the emergency room and told the staff and the ER physician that she was cut by glass. Usually, when you go in the ER and you see an ER physician, unless they have grounds to think that there's some type of abuse or some type of domestic situation, if you come in there for something like a laceration, they tend to believe what you say. So it looks as if the ER physician probably just did a simple irrigation and dressing of the wound. So what I feel happened was they sent Megan for a x-ray. They saw that there was some metal foreign body in her foot. So when they went in to do the irrigation and debridement, that's when the orthopedic surgeon, I believe, is the one who pulled the actual bullet fragments from her foot. So I think the arrest report is a little misleading because it's making everyone who doesn't kind of know like the background with how things go in the hospital, they're thinking that that's a confirmation that she was cut by glass. No, that's just the initial report. The arrest report only shows what, initially happens with, a case or an injury. It's the actual procedure or operative report that is the definitive diagnosis. So if that physician who did that operation said that it was a gunshot wound, it was definitely a gunshot wound.
Yeah. The medical exam report from Setters literally highlights the fact that they removed bullet fragments.
I like you.
Literally. So what do you think about, since this is your field, like, what do you think about all of a sudden these fragments disappearing? Because now they can't even find the fragments that were removed.
Well, one thing we have to look at is also the prosecution has already stated that they're basically not putting any evidence that's in discovery out to the public. They're waiting for trial, which is why they said that they have so much, they believe substantially, they have enough substantial evidence to take it to trial to where they believe that they can, of course, win this case. A lot of the times in these type of situations where patients come into the ER and go into some type of trauma operation, or there's some type of trauma situation going on, the hospital staff are all mandated reporters, meaning anytime they see anything that could have come from a violent attack, whether it's child abuse, elderly abuse, domestic abuse, or any type of, stab wound, gunshot wound, they have to notify the police. In this case, we know the police were already there, right? So they usually, what they do is they first, when they remove the foreign body, in this case, bullet fragments, they would send it to the lab technician, because what they're doing is they're double checking to make sure, on top of what the doctor already states, that for sure that material that was removed was bullet fragments. So I'm pretty sure it was already verified before it left the hospital. The bullet fragments left the hospital, that it was bullet fragments. Now, it can be handed off to the police, and what the police do with that evidence is what the police do with that evidence. Evidence gets lost a lot of the times. But what also happens in the hospital is they take pictures. A lot of the time when a foreign object is removed from someone's body, they also take a picture just in case if anything is ever lost. There's so many protocols just to make sure that the medical record is complete and we have all the documentation that we need to support the service that was rendered. So I'm pretty sure there are pictures of the bullet fragments.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So speaking of that, this here is from a popular blog, Neighborhood Talks, and they posted an hour ago about Megan, page 6, Megan Thee Stallion's medical report from shooting details, bullet findings. It goes on to read, doctors found 3 major bullet fragments in Megan Thee Stallion's feet after Tory Lanez allegedly shot her in July 2020. A medical report exclusively obtained by page 6 reveals. Police brought the savage rapper, now 27, to Cedars Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles on July 12, 2020, where she was admitted under a pseudonym. The report notes that she was alert, oriented, breathing comfortably. I've read all of that. She had small wound visible to her posterior ankle with no active bleeding. Prior to a more in-depth evaluation, throughout the report, Megan appeared to withhold information from several officials about how she sustained her injury. She first told authorities she was walking at a party, heard a loud noise. That loud noise was Kylie Jenner's pussy slamming down on Tory Lanez's dick, and she ran away. The medical report states, adding that she thought she had stepped on glass. The emergency department noted that Megan was asked repeatedly about her injuries, and she stated that she never heard a gunshot and initially did not even believe that there were bullets present. However, the report states that initial x-rays appeared to show bullet fragments in both of her ankles. So this particular would have the x-rays, even if they don't have bullet fragments.
So we just gonna bypass, like you didn't say what you just said?
Yes, we are. An insider exclusively told page 6 on Monday that Megan, quote, told doctors the full version of the night's events as they discussed the prospect of surgery. As a result of the surgery, 3 bullet fragments were saved, packaged according to standard protocol, and passed off to appropriate authorities, the medical record reveals. The reports also state that there were tiny fragments of retained missile that were deemed too small to attempt retrieval, meaning parts of the bullets remained in her feet to this date. So they should still have the whatchamacallit. They should still have those x-rays, and she still does have tiny fragments in her feet, which still should corroborate her side of events or the connection between the weapon used and her injuries. Would that be correct, Grace? G?
Yes, I believe that they most definitely have the x-rays, which show that the bullet fragments are still in her foot, but then there may also be actual photographs of those fragments that went missing.
Got it. And you say that things get lost, evidence gets lost all the time in hospitals, but is that the case when it comes to high profile things like this?
Well, I don't know necessarily if it was lost at the hospital, because they would have handed that over pretty much right away to the officers.
Okay, because
to the detectives.
Because my theory is that it clearly sounds to me that somebody was paid off. I mean, you don't.
Yeah,
something like that just doesn't disappear in a case like this.
I would say it's more highly likely that it disappeared from the police department.
Magically.
Than the hospital.
Okay.
That's it right there. All the time, things disappear in especially at LA police departments. All the time.
Magically, just disappear. Just gone. Okay. Let's tailor it back upward to Purple. Hey, Purple Lover, what are your thoughts?
Well, the main reason I came up here is when people kept saying she couldn't possibly perform after having what occurred to her happen. From personal experience with my sister, with my mother, and myself, everybody pain tolerance is not the same. So there are people who can go from having a serious injury like that and return back to normal rather quickly because we've done it.
Yeah.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility. And like somebody else once before said, that they've seen people who had the type of wounds that she's had recover rather quickly. Everybody's body is not going to respond the same. Everybody's pain tolerance is not the same. Things that would have other people zonk will not face me at all. Because my pain tolerance is so high that my threshold for medicines is way higher than a lot of people. So things that may put other people out may not even face me at all. It's just how it is. You just never know with somebody's body, how their body is going to respond to trauma and how they're able to deal with that trauma once it occurs.
I'm leaning in your direction. I mean, I'm probably biased because I've seen a lot of extraordinary feats in my life. So I've seen unusual things. I've seen unusual healing. I've seen my mother is a prime example. I mean, my mom literally went from being in a coma because a blood vessel burst in her brain, and the doctor saying that pretty much we should be prepared for her to die because they didn't even have the technology at that time to be able to drain the blood from where it was in her skull to the next morning, her being alive, alert, and them not even being able to find the damn blood in her skull anymore. So somebody getting over some superficial wounds from some shark skin, from some bullet fragments over 2 weeks, which also kind of runs neck and neck with articles about, the healing time of superficial wounds like this. It all makes sense. And then we're talking about a very driven person at that. Like, I think people who are very much so, very driven, very much so like hustle up and going. I think that they participate heavily in the healing of their body as well. Like the old saying, you can't keep a good bitch down. Like that's real. Like, so I think that is for sure possible. I mean, I knew for sure if I had 2 or 3, 4 stitches in my foot, I would have slapped some Neosporin on that thing, some a grandma's good gumbo and witchcraft over that shit, honey. Went to one old nasty prayer service, honey, let them saints pray over that thing, and I would have been whopping it down 2 weeks later as well, pop locking and dropping it just like that. That's how it go. I ain't never seen I done seen black women survive much worse. I done seen black women bounce back from much worse than shard skin off the side of a damn back of ankle. I mean,
exactly. My sister was literally hit by a bus and was performing like I think it was like the next year on a set of crutches. And they were telling her that she was going to never walk again. So it can be done. Because we got the graphic pictures of where you can actually see the tire marks on my sister's body. So, like I said, you don't know how people's body can respond to trauma, and especially when you're motivated. My sister loved to sing, so she was not going to allow anything to stop her from being as normal as she could possibly get herself to be. And that was something she loved. So as soon as she was able to get herself up where she could balance herself and stand on one crutch, that's what she did. She sung that song, and we still have the picture to this day of her on that one crutch singing after such a traumatic event. Because she was literally watching parts of her body die because of the trauma.
My God. That's what I'm talking about. That's the type of shit, That's the type of, we done seen that type of stuff. Stuff like this is like not even sweat off the forehead. It's like, of course, she could have bounced back for something like this. Devion, or whatever the fuck your name is, this is my show. I actually don't have to have nobody up here co-hosting with me. If you don't like the man on the mic, you can click the fuck off and go find you another bitch who is on the mic to sit up under, because I don't need you here, sir. I want to welcome Live to the platform. Hi, boo. Are you there? Can you hear me, love? Or Live Life? Can you hear me, love? Okay. You might have to go out and come back in, love. Okay. So what are y'all? What is y'all's? What? I mean, what is the? I'm not kicking you out. I'm just informing you of where the exit is, since you are the one disgruntled from the nosebleeds. Since you're the one pressed and upset, okay? since your ears are struggling with the man on the microphone, I'm just assuring you where the exit is. Like that same hole you came in through, same hole that's available to you if you are that upset. Okay?
Oh Lord!
Not kicking you out, just making sure that you know where the door is. That's all. So what? So. What is everybody's attitude is? Be redemption. Whose side are you on? Because, and before you answer, I do want you to remember one thing, honey. Out of all these people,
Lord.
Kelsey want all y'all to remember, baby, that
Come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first.
period. So who you believing in? Who did what to Megan? Be redemption.
Well, it looked like she got shot. You know, I really, like I said, I'm not into nobody getting injured, but in the world of karma, I'm on Kelsey's side because I feel like she was innocent. That's how I feel. I honestly feel like Kelsey was innocent in all this. Like, you Megan Thee Stallion, for real. Why you gonna do that to your friend? Let her have her little 25 minutes of fame with the little leprechaun. Like, you don't need him. You can have all kinds of men. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, it just seemed like it's just, and I'm just gonna say it like this. I had a cousin that was Aquarius
like
too.
Justifying Kelsey possibly pulling the trigger.
I'm just saying, because like I had a cousin that used to do that to me all the time, because I kept my virginity till I was 19. So every dude that I talked to, she would sleep with him, and sometimes she would call me on the phone with the dude on three-way and tell me that, hey, I slept with a cousin, but y'all could still be together. And it just reminded me, I was like, my cousin would do that shit to me all the time. Excuse me.
So
but I'm just saying.
Jury, honey, you gonna empathize with Kelsey, baby. You gonna let that
I hope you whooped her ass.
And in the end, let's just say I got the upper hand in the end. Karma got her.
See, let's write into the course right now. We don't need them to put redemption on the goddamn stand, y'all. No, ma'am, she can't be part of the jury selection. No, nothing, honey. Because Kelsey gonna walk away scot-free for sure if the redemption is on the damn stand.
Yeah.
Today.
No, she's not right. If she did do something to that girl, she should just let karma do it, because it would have happened anyway. But Meg was wrong, and Meg is lying, because how you gonna say, oh, my friend didn't fall out over a dude? But Kelsey saying something completely different.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I'm on Kelsey's side.
You know who what it's looking like, because it's just like every time some more shit drop with this case, it's just like it just puts it all back on the wall again.
Oh, they said drop the link.
Can I ask y'all a question? Don't y'all find it funny that all this dropped the same day as the Young Gunna and Young Thug case?
Well, you know, it's Mercury retrograde, so
I'm not shocked, because Mercury is retrograding like a motherfucker. He is moonwalking through the solar system right now, so I ain't surprised. All type of ass backwards, interesting, synchronistic things take place during retrograde for sure. So,
like my job.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. So this is a question that people have been asking. Do y'all think it's is it possible that nobody may go to jail in this whole situation? Is it possible that evidence and everything may be so goddamn convoluted and it may be so blurry that they just have to everybody's go home scot free? Is that a thing? Could that occur?
I said the same thing, Conscious. I said everybody, the case is gonna get dropped. It's too many. It's too much going on. It's too many hands in the pot. It's too many stories, and the only one that really didn't speak out of the whole thing is the bodyguard and Kelsey. I'm just waiting to hear from Kelsey.
What y'all think she gonna say? I can't imagine.
Shit like that bitch fucked with my nigga. Bitch deserved it. She gonna say, "Come on, Kelsey."
Come to find out, I ain't saying nothing now that I hear. Come to find out.
And I just want to let you know, CTV. I just want to let you know, CTV, while you were away, when it was an opportunity, while Reckless and the other dude was speaking, I made sure when they gave the cue for that come to find out moment, I had tapped it out for you. I was holding you down while you were away.
Period. So let me ask y'all this question. So if Tory's lawyers can put their foot off into Megan's throat, like, should Megan be penalized?
Yes. Yes, she should.
Well, if she lies,
penalized to what degree? If they're able to make this thing look like Megan is the aggressor and somebody defended themselves in self-defense or whatever the case may be, because it looked like at least Tory is coming into this thing. He coming in already with two people on his side. I mean, I don't think his bodyguard is going to switch up, and he already kept said, I mean, seemed like she teamed Tory because as far as Miss Kelsey is certainly concerned. Come to find out, your ass was put a nigga behind my back that I was on first. So that don't sound, baby, that ain't looking too good for Miss Megan, baby. So it seemed like Tory coming in with quite the entourage.
But I don't know how Kelsey could come in and be Team Tory when it looks like his entire defense is trying to blame her.
Ooh.
Not really. I don't know.
That's what it looks like. So the lawyer is saying, his lawyer is saying that Kelsey's had gunshot residue on her. Mm-hmm. They're trying to paint it as two friends fighting over him. So it just seems as if they're trying to kind of point the finger at Kelsey. So I don't think she would benefit from being Team Tory.
Well, I think that his lawyer got to do her job, and basically get her client off. So if you create a reasonable doubt and you say Kelsey did it, and then Kelsey lawyer says, well, such and such did it, then everybody goes home because nobody really knows who did it.
What y'all think the bodyguard gonna say? Because I mean, he had a.
But Tory has already stated that Kelsey didn't do it.
He gonna come to find out. I did it.
So I'm just
everybody did it.
It's my baby boss. No, it's my baby boss. No, it's my baby boss. Type tease. They gon' look. If they pull
I
this
still
shit
think
off,
Kelsey is hypnotized. So I would not be shocked if he go in there and just be Team Tory.
If they pull this shit off, Kelsey, Tory, and the bodyguard could actually confuddle this situation up in such a way that everybody can go home if they play their cards right. But they would have to be on the same page.
Exactly.
They would have to be on the same motherfucking page. That's kind of wild, though.
Yeah, because
I still think somebody's going down for that gun, though.
Yeah.
Like that charge is gonna stick.
Tory or the bodyguard is gonna take those charges for the gun. That's nothing. The big problem is who shot Megan. And for Megan to say at first her back was turned and she didn't see nothing to now going from, oh, Tory shot me. We can't do that, sis. You bugging.
I don't think she ever said her back was turned and she didn't see anything.
Yeah,
I
If
think
you
she just
did,
said she was walking away.
yeah,
nah.
because the thing is, like, my back can be turned, but I can still go like this.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know
Yeah,
why
if you
everyone
look over
thinks
your
that just
shoulder, honey.
because you're
You look
walking
over your
away, you
shoulder.
can't see.
She told the investigator that as she was walking away from the vehicle, she heard Tory saying, "Dance, bitch, dance." That's when she looked
Nobody
back
else heard that though.
and saw him hanging out of the window, shooting at her.
And we have witnesses that didn't even say that Tory said none of that.
Who
So
are the witnesses?
the witness that witnessed the whole thing when they was fighting.
The white people, girl.
Come to find out.
But they already deemed one of those witnesses to not be credible.
That's
Because
why
his story, there was nothing to prove his story.
But Kelsey never even said that Tory said, "Dance, bitch, dance." That don't even sound right.
Kelsey ain't saying nothing.
I can't wait for Kelsey to talk. It's gonna be so epic. The world gonna stop.
Come on, Kelsey.
She had the baby already. Let's be clear.
So epic that the world gonna stop. I
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna get look.
But to be completely honest, like, cause even I really don't think they're really gonna be able to get off personally if they try to do a self-defense type of framework, only because the simple fact of Megan's back was turned. So at that point, she's not a threat. So you won't be able
and
to
she
get
was
off.
walking away, so her
Yeah.
injuries were,
You can't do
with
self-defense.
somebody walking away from an altercation.
Mhm.
So self-defense would be interesting because you got to understand they still got all these text messages and they got the recorded audio from Tory Lanez calling from the prison, apologizing and saying he was drunk and he's sorry and etc.
But he could have been apologizing just for cheating. That ain't nothing. He ain't say, "I apologize, I shot her." He said, "I just apologize."
Exactly.
Exactly.
I had said that as well.
Now he threw on the Anita Baker, "I apologize." That's all he said.
But then that would contradict him boasting about it online. How do you go from being sorry to boasting about sleeping with two best friends?
Well, if you look at his music videos, he outlined everything that we've been talking about, even down to praise to the Most High. The whole courtroom scene is going. This thing is going to get dismissed.
Hold on, I want to read this from Reddit.com. Let me look at this coming on screen. It says, I keep seeing it repeated that Tory had no gunshot residue on him, but Meg's friend Kelsey did. If this is true, that would win the case, blah, blah, blah. From TMZ, Tory's attorney, Sean Hawley, said that the muzzle flash detail is corroborated by the gunshot residue found on the other female's hands. That's what Sean Hawley is saying, the same one that we just read from in another article who was speaking about the missing situation. So Sean Hawley, Tory's attorney, said that the muzzle flash detail corroborated by the gunshot residue found on the other female's hand, on her hands.
Girl.
And this is coming from Tory Lanez's attorney. Earlier this year, Meg's attorney had a public retort to a motion from Tory's attorney regarding the case, stating Spiral previously told Page 6 after Lanez's request to speak out was filed, did the motion fail to mention that there was gunshot residue on his hands or that he texted her sorry? I haven't had a chance to read it. Yeah. So, Don Holly, gunshot residue powder on Miss Kelsey's hands.
Come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first.
And that might be why
She not talking.
there's powder on them hands. Just maybe. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how many people corroborate in each. You know what's so funny? I just find it interesting too that even though all these folk were drunk and needed a goddamn, they were so drunk and tore about they all needed a goddamn chauffeur that all of a sudden everybody is clear about the details of that night.
Stay sobered up.
4:30 in the deadbeat of the night on the side of a canyon, on the side of a damn mountainside, drunk in bikinis. These people were still in their bikinis, drunk
And
as
the
hell.
crazy, the crazy part is, if y'all listen to the first report, that was during the mid height of the C-19. the mayor of Los Angeles didn't even want y'all to have parties because the YouTuber TikToker got his electricity turned off because he had a party. And the mayor didn't want that to spread. So he told everybody in Los Angeles to not have no more parties unless he was cutting off the electricity. But no, here come Megan and everybody.
Oh God.
Right. Exactly.
Oh God.
So they both had GSR on their hands. They both had gunshot residue. Tory and Kelsey.
You know what I would love to know, and I'm mad. Why, if they didn't test Megan, why not? Because she's the victim. That her and Kelsey could have fought over that gun, because we already know that Kelsey stepped out the vehicle and went on Megan's side to fight her. So why they couldn't have been fighting over the gun?
Because she got shot in the back of her feet. She was walking. I mean, so clearly. I mean,
but remember, it's a ricochet. It's fragments. So if a gunshot goes in the air and it hits something, it can ricochet and still hit the back of her foot.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
that's
the
what I'm saying.
eyewitnesses did claim that they saw a melee when they went to check out what the black folk was doing in the middle of the street at 4:30 in the morning. That it looked like it was a melee going on.
Exactly.
But the problem is, but
then you have the whole paperwork saying that Megan crawled out the car, which leads me to believe the first report that she kicked out the glass and that's how her feet got cut. Because
that's what one of the witnesses said, right? One of the witnesses said she crawled out the car, right?
Exactly. And the paperwork says she crawled out the car.
As a matter of fact, let's
I thought it said she crawled up the driveway.
Exactly.
This kind of
goes she crawled out the car up to the driveway. You're right. That's exactly what it said.
This is from TimesNewsNetwork.com, and it reads that yesterday's news broke that police officer testified that Megan Thee Stallion told him that Tory Lanez asked Meg to dance before shooting her in the feet. That testimony is considered hearsay since the officer was not there to hear it himself and will not be included in the trial. But the explosive testimony, which was allowed at a preliminary hearing, went viral after TMZ reported it. Well, Media Takeout News spoke with people closely connected to Tory Lanez, and they dropped the blockbuster on us. According to Tory's attorney, an independent witness told cops they saw Megan Thee Stallion and her female friend Kelsey fight, and just moments before Meg was shot in the foot. Tory Lanez speaks on Megan Thee Stallion's shooting, and there's more. Media Takeout News learned that during the same preliminary hearing yesterday, a detective testified. This independent witness, who allegedly saw the shooting happen, claimed the gun's muzzle flash went off closer to Kelsey than Tory. And it gets even juicier. Tory's attorney, Sean Hawley, says that the muzzle flash detail is corroborated by the gunshot residue found on the other female's hands. Media Takeout News spoke with a person close to Tory shortly after the incident, who told us that Megan Thee Stallion was blackout drunk when the incident happened, and that she was so inebriated that she probably doesn't know what happened. It should be noted that Megan's friend Kelsey vehemently denies being the shooter. She's spoken out publicly on social media, claiming that she was not the shooter, at least initially. Kelsey also appeared to challenge Meg's version of the events in her social media posts. Child, this whole mess is getting crazier and crazier. So this is what I'm saying. If Tory, Kelsey, and a phantom security driver, chauffeur man, all galvanized together, they could get this case dismissed. If that's what's going to be their storyline, is she was blackout drunk and they all sticking to one side of the events, it's going to be interesting.
Yes, it is.
They could maybe get it dismissed, but it still doesn't mean he didn't shoot her.
Is it possible that they could send both Kelsey and Tory Lanez to goddamn jail since gunshot residue was found on them both? Could they haul both of their ass off to the back of Walmart for the rest of their life?
I think they might do it as a threat, but I don't think they will. But I think they'll do it as a threat, as in one of y'all better get to talking, bitch. So I think they might do it as a threat, but I don't think they'll actually.
Tory's
I
team
hope
already
not.
tried to get the case dismissed. Judge said no. Prosecution allegedly has video footage from people's homes. That's why they said the witness that keeps speaking is not credible. My God. This is
So I
But
think
see,
when the prosecution says they have substantial evidence, right? I think one of the things that's going to be the smoking gun is the gunshot residue report. And I say this because the way that gunshot residue works is when the bullet ejects from the barrel, you know, it comes out and it can go on multiple people if they're within a close vicinity. The further
exactly.
out it goes, you know, it's the less gunshot residue it is. But whoever's skin, hands is closest to that trigger, they're going to have the most gunshot residue with the thickest consistency. So
Kelsey did it.
they're not,
Kelsey did it.
if Tory had gunshot residue on him and Kelsey had gunshot residue on her, it's interesting to see the amounts.
Yeah.
Kelsey did it.
It's going to come down to quantity. The quantity. But I had read one report. I had read one report initially, like in a previous live, where Tory's attorney said that the bulk of the gunshot residue is on Kelsey. That's why I was leaning toward side eye to Miss Kelsey. And I want to read these impact statements from so-called eyewitnesses from the source.com as well. One of the most impactful legal voices to weigh in on legal and criminal cases in hip-hop is Mo Gannett, who has given his point of view on cases such as blah, 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 blah. According to Gannett's IG post, two extremely interesting facts that came out about the Tory Lanez case. First, the police have admitted into evidence. They've testified that the other woman who was involved here, they tested her hand for gunshot powder residue, and she had gunpowder residue on it, suggesting that she may have been the shooter. Number two, there was an eyewitness, somebody who was a third party who saw the whole thing, and he said, quote, I saw two men and the woman beating on Meg. As for who pulled the trigger, he said, I don't know, but I did see the muzzle flash go off, and the other woman was the one closest to the muzzle flash. During yesterday's hearing, Lanez was cited for violating the no contact order with Megan Thee Stallion, handed down by the judge. She was taken into custody and forced to pay a $350 bail in order to be released. Girl.
See, I'm wondering if that's that witness that was deemed non-credible. Because only thing I'm saying is if the way that I read it is that one witness was saying they saw two men beating down on Megan so bad that he almost thought like she was gonna die. But my thing is, I didn't see any scratches, any bruises, nothing on Megan's face.
That's what I'm saying.
And they didn't report that at the hospital.
And
they
that
would
might
have
be the
reported
witness.
that.
Yeah, she went to the hospital, so that's why I don't believe that. Like, I mean, I do believe that he saw something, but I believe what he saw was them galvanizing around Megan after she was shot, trying to help her, and Megan was probably panicked, angry, probably fighting them off, swinging, like, get the fuck away from me. And he interpreted all of that at 4:30 in the morning from his balcony as a nigga melee in the middle of the street. So that is what I think he saw. I think he misinterpreted what he was looking at.
I believe so too. At 4:30 in the morning, that fight that deep, I would have went outside and recorded it.
Yeah. Now it's going to be interesting also to see when all of that footage is going to be released as well. All of that surveillance footage. Them rich folks be having cameras in their doorbells and shit. So I'm sure TMZ is going to drop all of that.
I can't wait to hear the ring cam, because with the ring cam, it's going to have the sound and everything.
Yeah. Exactly. This is from the Jasmine brand as well. I'm just kind of seeing what we can get about these witness statements. Megan Thee Stallion lawyer claims witness in her and Tory case saw two men and a woman beating her. New information is coming out. about the shooting incident involving Megan Thee Stallion and Tory. According to reports, Megan Thee Stallion was riding in a car with Tory Lanez, a friend, and Tory Lanez bodyguard in July of 2020 after a party at Kylie Jenner's home. At some point, an argument occurred in the car, resulting in Megan Thee Stallion being shot in her foot. While she did not immediately name the shooter, she later indicated Tory Lanez. But there was a twist in a hearing on Tuesday, April the 5th. The police have testified that the other woman that was involved here, they tested her hands for gunpowder, shot residue when she had gunpowder residue on it, suggesting that she may have been the shooter. He continued. Number 2, there was eyewitnesses. Okay, that's the same thing, yeah, that they allegedly saw. Actually, we're gonna listen to him. Lawyer for Workers. I think this is actually who Poppy was actually telling me to look up on Instagram.
Yeah, he's good.
2 extremely interesting facts that came out about the Tory Lanez case. First, the police have admitted into evidence, they've testified that the other woman who was involved here, they tested her hand for gunpowder shot residue, and she had gunpowder residue on it, suggesting she may have been the shooter. Number 2, there was an eyewitness, somebody just like a third party who saw this whole thing, and he said, I saw 2 men and another woman beating on Meg. As for who pulled the trigger, he said, I don't know, but I did see the muzzle flash go off, and the other woman was the one closest to the muzzle flash.
Wow. Let me go to his.
But you know what I don't understand with Megan? The first thing she says in the Gayle interview is, I didn't touch nobody. Obviously you did, because you and that girl definitely had a scuffle because her chain was on the floor like she got it yanked off her neck.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why Meg is the little white lies for me that don't add up.
What I don't understand is why all of this occurred over a garden now.
Because she was lying.
Amanda can't even ride a roller coaster ride.
Megan been lying the whole case before the case even got started. She was lying to her friend, not telling her friend she was smashing her man. But that right there alone, you be like, you got to look at her with the side eye like Megan.
I don't know. I mean, my thing with that is now I look at this, right? Because I was a fan of both Tory and Megan. I saw the quarantine radios. I saw the pictures of them together. So it just behooves me to. I don't understand how Kelsey didn't know. That's my thing. They're saying like Kelsey found out that night. She didn't know there was how. If I knew, and I'm a complete stranger.
Well, maybe she wasn't watching the quarantine radio. But remember, Kelsey was sick with COVID.
But it wasn't just quarantine radio. They were on red carpets. They were on all type of stuff. And if this is your dude, like you claim it is, but if this is your man, like you claiming it is, then why are you not watching quarantine radio?
Right.
Like that story is just not all the way adding up. I don't know. That is dumb.
So Poppy had wanted us to look at the second post from Lawyers for Workers. Let's see what he got to say here.
Cap, we're going to discuss the Tory Lanez headline that's making the rounds today. You've probably seen the headline. It says a little something like this. New records from doctor confirm that Meg Thee Stallion cut her foot on glass that night. That's all cap. I'm going to tell you why. First of all, these are not new records. These are old records. It's a police report. In the police report, what it says is that the ER physician who treated Meg that night reported to police that he treated her for a foot injury caused by stepping on glass. So the headline sounds pretty right. However, it's all cap. Here's why. Later that night, she was seen by a second physician. That physician was an orthopedic surgeon. He wrote a report that he performed the surgery on her to treat a gunshot injury. And in the course of the surgery, he removed bullet fragments from her foot. So the headline is all cap. However, it's still free Tory Lanez on this side. Here's why. The LAPD doesn't have those bullet fragments. The hospital records say that they turned over the bullet fragments to LAPD. Where are those fragments now? LAPD can't tell you. Going to be very hard to use those fragments as evidence against him if you can't find them. And this is why I continue to believe that while Megan Thee Stallion may have been shot and while she may be a victim, that's not the issue at trial. It's just not. The issue at trial is, can the prosecutors prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Tory Lanez pulled out a gun and shot at her and hit her?
Exactly.
I think the answer to that is 100% no. Because when you consider the eyewitness testimony and the inconsistencies of Megan Thee Stallion's statements, this should not, and the fact that the prosecutor, the cops, didn't even look at any social media to corroborate their investigation. They didn't talk to any of the witnesses at the house party to see what was going on there. None of that. That's a weak investigation, an inconsistent statement from the victim, and an eyewitness who disputes everything the cops and the victim are saying. That case should get dropped, if you ask me.
Exactly.
The report.
I agree.
Megan Thee Stallion hospital
Right.
records. That's cat. But this case should get dropped. I don't think they can prove beyond a reasonable doubt Tory did it. On tonight's episode of
Wow.
But would he want that case to get dropped if it was his sister? He's biased.
But this is the thing that he's also forgetting is, once again, let's bring up the actual report from the medical examiner. There it is, highlighted in bright orange here. The wound was gently probed with a tonsil and the assistance of a fluoroscopy. The bullet fragment was identified and successfully removed. Her Achilles tendon was noted to be grossly intact. A Keurig was used to debride any dead tissue and a sharp knife and used to exercise the skin edges. The feet demonstrating here in the bottom yellow here. Successful removal of the major fragments. There were tiny fragments of retained missile that were noted, however, deemed to be removal. So, what are they going to do about the evidence still lodged in her actual flesh?
And if it is lodged, all she have to do is take an X-ray so we can see it, right? If there's evidence in there, right?
There's already X-rays that exist, and she could get re-examined for an X-ray.
Exactly.
They're probably going to do that regardless.
So they still got to deal with this part. They might not be, the LAPD might have, something done freaky and freakish done happened to these fragments, these major fragments, but they still have the initial X-rays. They still have the fragments that are lodged into her skin. So
I want to see an up-to-date X-ray. I don't want to see the X-ray that they took when she went to the hospital. I want to see an updated X-ray because fragments move. So you would have to take an X-ray or MRI to see exactly where they moved to if they shifted. So I want to see an updated one. I don't want to see the one when she first got it done. I want to see an updated one to see if they're still in there.
They're still in
Would
there.
that matter though to prove if she was shot?
Yes.
They would want to see the one that happened right closest to the incident, not now.
Both.
I want to see both because I want to compare both. I want to see the one that happened when it first happened. Because what we're comparing is if it's glass or if it's metal in her foot. If it's metal, it should still be in there.
The doctor has already authenticated the operative report and said it was a bullet fragment.
And there's other reports now coming out saying that there's not no bullet fragment. So
did you guys just hear what that lawyer said? Even the lawyer who's biased just said that that's cap.
Again,
we always move the goalpost when it comes to Megan, but we don't move the goalpost when it comes to Tory.
I'm not going to say that Tory didn't do nothing. Tory is not innocent in none of it.
Record stating that she had bullet fragments.
I don't care what the medical record say because 1 minute the doctor said it was glass, the next minute they saying it's fragment.
No,
it was
that's before they actually went into her foot.
Hold on. I want to lay it out very easy. Y'all just heard the attorney say she was seen by two different doctors. The initial doctor wrote down what Megan had reported to her had happened, which she was still lying at that point about what took place. By the time she saw what he said, the orthopedic person, the actual surgeon, that's the medical report that we have here. And he was the one who actually removed the fragments. He's the one who noted that there are tiny fragments of retained missile that are noted, however, being too small to attempt retrieval. And he listed his entire procedure here and what he went through to remove not glass, but bullet fragments from her feet.
All I'm saying is, if I'm Tory's lawyer, I want to see an updated X-ray, period. Put your foot in front, because if she got shot and there's fragments there, that will prove that means we ain't got to worry about the fragments that's missing, because now we got the fragments that's in her foot. You understand? Remember, the fragments are so-called missing. So the only ones that's left that's real evidence is the ones that we keep talking about in her foot. One doctor said this, another doctor says that. So how about we just get a new report, put your foot up on the table, take a goddamn X-ray, and we'll see if there's metal in there or not.
Yeah, but we've been saying that.
Exactly. I'm just saying. I think we need a new X-ray.
There was no glass.
So when we get that X-ray and she has bullet fragments,
I just want to make mention of this. In the actual surgeon's operative procedure notes, there was not even one mention of actual glass found. So this whole myth about glass can just be completely thrown out. He never even reported that he even removed any bit of glass. It does mention that that's what she claims happened to her in the report. But what he actually found during the procedure were bullet fragments and missile lodged into her skin. He was able to remove the larger chunks of it and leave the tinier chunks behind. No glass.
The ER doctor never even admitted to finding glass when they did her first irrigation.
Yeah. Nobody found the actual glass.
We gotta throw the glass out.
Glass thing out. Like it can.
I'm not throwing the glass thing out because the window was broke. I'm not throwing glass out.
Baby, the quarter is rough, man.
When they first did the report, they said Megan kicked out the glass in the window.
No.
I'm not throwing out glass.
No.
Like,
the reason why we're throwing the dog.
Oh wow.
The reason why we're throwing out the glass, because remember, Megan said that she was lying because of everything that ended up happening. So that's the reason why the initial.
But Megan been lying, so why are we gonna believe her now?
Because she has at least admitted to. Okay, you believe it for me? Yeah.
I just want to know. No, seriously, what did she admit to? Because she ain't admit to sleeping with her friend man yet, and we know she did that.
Well, because she might not be.
Tory ain't even said he's Kelsey man.
Because here's the thing.
Y'all know exactly what I mean.
We ain't worried about all the other preliminary issues surrounding this altercation. At the end of the day, her focus is I was shot, and this is who I'm claiming shot me.
Yes.
Regardless of why I got shot, regardless of whatever, I was shot, I was injured, and somebody did this, and the DA wants to know who did it.
Yeah, I think that the evidence is there. She got shot. The evidence is right there. So she did get shot. But the thing is, the bigger question is, who did it?
Exactly.
I think that's the biggest. Who did it? She did get shot, but who did it?
But
I
this is
just
the
wish
thing,
she
though.
would've shut up.
So how grown and mature are we going to be, right? So it don't matter what Megan said. The doctor confirmed what actually is. She already admitted she lied out of her asshole about the whole thing. Like, she done said I lied. So why y'all still holding on to stuff she already said she lied about is weird. She just said I lied.
I just wish she would have never said nothing. That's what she should have never said.
That would have been like,
She probably shouldn't have.
If she would have never said nothing, we would not be here right now today. If everybody would have just stayed quiet, we would have been good. Let the case ride out. But no, she had to go on live and say, Tory shot me with no tears in her eyes like she did on Gail just a year ago. And now we here.
Then now y'all wonder why victims do never come out. I understand. I get it.
I'm not saying she's not a victim. She's definitely a victim. But we just want to know what really happened. Because I think she's happened.
I think the fact that she cried wolf at first, that now it's like, it's hard to believe her, even though it did happen. It's just hard to believe her. That's all because she lied at first.
Exactly.
But the thing,
white lies.
I get that. But the thing is, even when the facts and stuff
your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first.
That's what happened. That's what had happened.
No, but the thing is that. Okay, I'm gonna say for me, I personally don't care if people don't believe her and stuff, but it comes down to the point of when the evidence that's clear what the doctor said came out, y'all would literally be like, well, she did lie about it, so I'm not gonna remember. Who gives a fuck what the hell she lied about? The doctor said it. That's what
I mean, I'm not saying I think that whoever did it, they need to be prosecuted because it did happen to her, but I'm just saying, like she did lie.
I'm talking about in
Yeah.
general. Like a lot of times when I go to other people's streams and stuff, I'd be like, but the doctor said it. We understand what the hell Megan said, but the doctor said it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just wondering why Tory never said anything.
Because he been put under a gag order. He can't.
But he wasn't put on a
Exactly.
gag order. He wasn't put on a gag order until October. This happened in July. He had a whole 3 months to say something.
But that's how I know.
In a case, you're really not supposed to say anything.
But that's who I know who the corporates are.
But he came out and said Kelsey didn't do it. Oh, he's speaking. He's just saying what he wants to say. He had a whole live trying to talk about it.
But see,
But he kept tiptoeing
a
around
whole
it.
bunch of nothing because he's saying Kelsey ain't did it, but he also saying he ain't did it either. And Kelsey
That's what I'm saying. So it's like everybody is like, oh, he can't say nothing because it's a gag order. I get it. Now he can't say nothing, especially since he got in trouble, right? For saying something to Megan. But it's like he had a whole 3 months to say something. And he didn't say anything. He was radio quiet.
His album.
But in a real court case, if this happened to you, and your lawyer's gonna tell you to not say nothing anyway.
But
so then none of them should have never really said anything, even on social media. They should have never said nothing. They should have just let it ride out. But now we here.
But if you truly didn't shoot someone, you could have said, I didn't shoot her. If that is everything and all, you could have said that. You didn't have to say nothing else.
But
He's never said that.
But that's the thing. They all said something. Now Megan may have been the spotlight of saying stuff, but they all said something. Let's not forget, Kelsey has a whole diss track. Tory Lanez his whole album.
Exactly.
So they all
said nobody should have never said nothing. You're right.
I agree that no one should have ever said anything.
Yeah, I don't think nobody should have never said nothing. I think it would have been better if nobody would have never said nothing. We would have just had the court case and let the evidence speak for itself. But it's too many hands in the pot. It's too many different stories. It's too many different reports. And it's all over the place. And this is why it's going to get dismissed.
See, even Chelsea saying, I believe he brought the gun out to scare the girls, okay? Which, you know, these were the things. This is my narrative. My narrative is, girl, let me break it down for the folk who done missed it, girl. This is what based upon everything that I've been put out, everything Megan done said, Tory done said, Kelsey done said, the doctor's report, the neighbor's report, okay? I done stitched it together real cute, okay? What happened on that fateful night, okay, is they was all pop locking it and dropping it, drinking adrenochrome, drinking the blood of newborn babies at Kylie Jenner's a swimming pool bash, allegedly, honey. Okay, Illuminati teams to get into. Miss Megan, for whatever reason, because see, she had a driver, okay? She had someone at the party who was ready to take her home when she was ready to go. And allegedly, she wanted Tory to be her personal chauffeur. She needed Tory to leave in tow with her, okay?
Exactly.
So there was all this melee at the party about Megan wanting to leave, but Tory not ready to go, even though somebody was willing to take her home, blah, 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 blah. They done transfer shit from the trunk to another trunk, from the trunk back to another trunk. All this going on. Everybody finally done caved in. And be like, okay, let's all go the fuck home for this old nasty piece of threesome, okay? Let's go ahead and do it, y'all, allegedly. Now, once they get in the car, honey, Miss Kelsey, who already been feeling away because her friend / her boss, she already got feelings. It's already stuff been brewing. Probably been feeling a little disrespected. Probably been feeling just a little underappreciated. Probably been feeling all type of things. Girl code. She feels just broken, and now she's on 10 because she's like, hold up. All that shit she can't let this shit that just happened in front of College Jenny just go. She's like, why are you mad at my man? Because he wanted to stay at this pool party with another woman. Like, why are you pressed? Okay, if anybody should be pressed about all of this, it should be me. Like,
and that was a red flag right there.
You know I'm fucking with Tory. You know what it is, girl. Like, you get it. So why you mad? So Megan, being the stallion, I'm the boss, and I don't answer to workers. I don't answer to the water boy. I don't answer to the bitch who checks the emails. So you don't ask me no questions about who I'm fucking, even if it's your man that I'm blowing. That's what you don't do. You stay in a humble worker bee's place. So Miss Megan was like, girl, pull over, let me out. I will call my people. I will call Rock Nation and have them helicopter me out of this motherfucking mountain, bitch, and take me right home. I don't have to put up with her. And I damn sure ain't answering to no
Not
bitch.
helicopter child.
Yeah, I'm not answering to no bitch because I'm queen bitch. So you bow down. Beyonce has endorsed me. I don't gotta answer to none of you hoes. So she ain't feeling it. She gets out of her two-piece bikini. She goes sits down on the side of the mountain, finds her a nasty bus stop. She reaches her bra for her change. Maybe she got 75 cents to put on the bus to the commute home. Girl, she gonna take her chances. And they're like, girl,
Kisa.
Is everybody here?
Testing 1 2. They said activate.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Conscious.
away from the house, girl. Nobody about to leave you here on the phone.
Conscious, you going in and out. You better stop talking about the Illuminati to messing with your signal.
He is going off.
Mm-hmm. Girl.
Conscious, where you at?
He probably still going on.
Hello?
He's telling everybody about the helicopter and everything.
They came to shut him down.
It is funny. It's
big man because he was going there hard when he came back in for those few seconds too.
It'd be funny as soon as he. Oh, there you go.
Oh, they don't get him off his own show.
He'll be back in 2.5 seconds. You know, the funny thing is, as soon as he come back, he be like, "Yeah, I'm done." And he be like, "We don't hear none of that." That's funny. That is funny. Now I'm gonna be honest, like I don't know who did that this point.
I really think they're gonna drop the case.
The ideal thing, to be honest with you, playing devil's advocate from watching like God knows how many lawyers talk and being around lawyers. The ideal
Girl, I don't know what happened.
Really be for them not
everything had them freeze the fuck up. I don't know what happened. In the middle of my lay down.
Boom,
I was laying down.
Because when you came back in for those few seconds, you were going in, hunty.
Okay, so I gotta finish it, y'all. Let me finish it real quick. So Megan is in her two-piece on the side of the mountain at 4:30 in the morning at a bus stop trying to find change to make the bus so she can get home, girl. And they like, get your black ass in this car. Ain't nobody tripping on you, bitch. Like, stop playing. Boom, boom, boom. You know I'm the best rapper. Like, Tory Lanez trying to be cute and coy. They having little frivolous, childish, middle school, 8th grade arguments in the car. I think Tory at this point trying to keep it. He really trying to defuse it because at this point now, the whole shit becoming unhinged and everything coming up and out because Kelsey in the backseat putting 2 and 2 together, which is Tory's dick and Megan's pussy. She's equating the two together at this point. So at this point, he just trying to be cute, girl. Like, y'all just stop the bullshit. And y'all know how black women is, baby. Like, when it's on, honey. Like, it's animalistic at this point. So shit going motherfucking left. At this point, Megan probably done start raging, popping all the way off, talking all her big shit, going all the way in, disrespecting Tory's bald spots, disrespecting Kelsey's forehead, just going the fucks in on everybody at this point because Kelsey just don't want to lay this shit down. And so Tory, out of a last-ditch effort, just to calm the situation, pulls out the gun and sits it on his lap, just thinking that's gonna clear the room. Like, this gonna be the shut your motherfucking mouth potion. Okay, thinking that that's what's gonna happen. Megan like, girl, fuck y'all. I'm really done now. So she starts to make her exit, and Kelsey like, this bitch done with what? Because I'm not finished with the motherfucking conversation. I'm about to make this bitch dance. And I think that Tory thought initially that the gun shooting was going to be childlike. And so he might have, in fact, jumped out the window and was like, dance, bitch, dance, with the intention that Chelsea allegedly was just going to shoot some superficial shots around. And then the ricochet and the residual ended up impacting Megan's feet. And so they all jump out the fucking car trying to calm her down. Like, oh my God, we didn't And then the neighbors get the fuck up because they hear all the nigament at 4:30 in the morning. They hear all the loud, they hear the versus match going on from inside the vehicle between Tory Lanez records and Megan records. They done heard gunshots at this point, stereos beaming, headlights booming. Megan bleeding at this point. She on the ground. So by the time the mayonnaise folk come to the balcony, all they see is niggas on top of Megan trying to help her up, trying to come to her aid. She probably fighting, swinging, cussing them out, angry as hell, raging, get away from me, get out of my way. I can't believe y'all niggas shot me. She drunk as hell, butt naked in a bikini. All her bus change done splattered all across the goddamn concrete. She crawling toward the neighbor's driveway. I mean, the drama is going on at this point. Then the distress and the 911 calls go up and out. And then everybody come through with the helicopters, come through with the police were only a few blocks away. It didn't even take them no time to respond. Because these mayonnaise folk in distress, baby. So you know there was in 2.3 seconds they was pulling up. And by the time they pulling up, we get the infamous footage from TMZ of the chopper and Megan walking backwards and Kelsey ass up, face down in the concrete, Tory spreading it wide, laying it low, down on the ground, girl. And then we get this. See, I feel like everything is true in this case. I feel like everything is the case. And I feel like, so that gunshot residue.
Her name is Kelsey.
Kelsey, that gunshot residue, Miss Things, okay? That's why that gunshot residue is on both her and Mr. Tory. Because when she shot and shit ricocheted and Miss Meg went down for the count, girl, he went to grabbing the goddamn gun as she was shooting, realizing that the shit was hitting Megan. And if the gunshot residue is more so on Miss Kelsey as Mr. Sean Holly, Mr. Lane's attorneys have stated, then, baby.
Well, I'm going to say if that is the case, bitch, take his ass down and take her ass down because, bitch, you provided the weapon, bitch. Bitch, accessory, okay? Bitch, you may have not been the Ken doll, but, bitch, you were the accessories. You may not have been the Barbie, but, bitch, you was the accessory. Bitch, you was the car. You was the goddamn fucking, I don't know, what accessory that come with the damn toy.
I done implemented Tasha K's best friend in this girl that said Chelsea out there shooting and shit. Child, give me Chelsea. It's Kelsey. No, but I seriously feel like everything can be true. I feel like all of these parts can be true. I think it all fits together.
You just gotta put it together. You gotta put it in its order.
Yeah, I feel like it all comes together, and that's why it's so. What's gonna be interesting to me is how the prosecutor and these attorneys put it together. Like I'm going to see how they wangle this shit. But like the attorney guy said on Instagram, he feel like the case is going to be dismissed because it's just not enough evidence there.
I do too. I feel like the case is going to be dismissed. It's too much all over the place.
So let me ask y'all this final question before we wrap tonight. So Megan obviously was injured. She was shot by somebody. Can y'all imagine how fucked up it is to actually have had something done to you and to have to live with nobody being held accountable? Because let's say that they do drop the case and everybody goes home. Megan has to live with the fact that somebody who's actually guilty of doing this is going to go forward living their best life. And she's probably should be prepared to lose her entire career because the witch hunt against her before the trial has already been epic. If Tory Lanez walks away for whatever reason that he walks away from because he's found guilty, because there's not enough evidence, at the end of the day, that's going to translate to the public as Tory is innocent, Megan Thee lied, and the dragging is going to be of supernatural proportions.
Oh, girl.
Supernatural proportions. So could you imagine being the victim of something like this, having to watch your assailant, whoever that may be in the clique, walk away scot-free and you be made the supervillain in the situation? That is fucked up. No matter what led to this, that's a fucked up ending. That's a fucked up ending.
You're right, Conscious, but we wouldn't be here if Meg would have never slept with her friend in the first place.
We wouldn't be here if Tory didn't have a gun in the car.
That's true too.
That's true.
That's true too.
But another thing too, I find it funny how we always talk about her sleeping with Tory, but however he was sleeping with her as well. That's
true too. That's
true. Even though she's denying it, so she's saying her and Tory never had no sexual relationship.
But see, that's the thing. We're so quick to call Megan a liar, but we're missing the fact that Tory was lying too the entire time if he was sleeping with two best friends.
That's true, but at least he admitted it.
And
she never admitted it yet. He's still lying. Kelsey and Tory admitted that Megan was sleeping with him. Only Megan is the only one not admitting it.
Because of her brand.
She got on the morning show and straight up flat out lied in front of America.
But let me ask y'all this question as women.
That's word semantics.
Let me actually. Yeah, it's a semantic game because
I think someone said it earlier. They could have performed a sexual act. It's not the same as a sexual relationship.
Mm-hmm.
A relationship is a heavy word, and I think that's why she paused, and I think that's why she said what she said. But you have to understand, everybody is already scrutinizing her as it is.
Yeah. Last thing
like
she needed.
She had to prove she was shot.
Yeah.
But here's my thing.
This is a rapper.
This is the. I mean, but to the women on the panel, could y'all imagine like a nigga out here clowning on this level, like such a fucking clown, like such a fucking simp, such a fucking dusty, and done shot you? Could you imagine sitting before the world being like, yeah, I actually had sextivities with this man? I mean, I wouldn't even want to say that at the end of the day, considering how much this nigga clown and this nigga done. As far as I'm concerned, done shot me, and then I'm gonna sit in front of millions of people and be like, "Yep, I laid down with this man. I mean, even if it were true that she did, I can just imagine the sheer embarrassment based upon the way she feels about him at this point, not wanting to. I mean, this is like I'm
claiming.
Yeah, like I ain't even claiming this. Like I'm not gonna claim this.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. Like, you're right. Could you imagine her saying that? And not even 24 hours later, I think he had a picture. He was in a picture with Carl Crawford and Jay Prince Jr. Now, Carl Crawford has basically already been spreading, I don't know if it's a lie, but spreading the word that, like, Megan sleeps around. So, like, she's just being humiliated on all levels.
Yeah.
Even though she lied, it still doesn't make it okay that something happened to her. She
That's
should
true.
still get justice for what happened to her. So, I mean, even though I'm when I say I'm on Kelsey's side, it's like that shouldn't happen to her either. Meg was wrong as a friend, but it does, and I believe that when something like that happens, you don't harm nobody. You let the universe get them. But for them to harm her, that was messed up. It really
Right.
was.
So why is it that nobody believes that Megan was not sleeping with Tory? Because you know, so funny to me, it be the girl, like it be the rap girls who be talking the most salacious shit, who be like the most virginous in all actuality. Like it's almost like that should be like an alter ego for them. They be the most conservative half the time around sex. Like they rap persona, maybe aside from Lil' Kim and Cardi B, be like really just a persona. So could it not? I mean, why would? So this is another thing too. If you keep my story, my attitude in context is, I think Megan also cannot admit to sleeping with Tory because it would collapse the entire narrative. Like she would actually have to go into, because see, sleeping with Tory or being alleged to have sleep with Tory has everything to do with what happened in that car on the way home.
Exactly.
It has everything to do with the altercation at hand. And Megan ain't going into all that because she don't need to look like, because she gonna definitely look like the bad guy.
Well, she gonna lose regardless, because even if it get dismissed and everybody start doing their little interviews, it's gonna come out anyway.
But
people still saying this woman cut her foot. People still saying this woman cut her. Joanna,
she been saying it.
Baby,
She
why,
been saying
baby?
it.
Why, baby? Why, sugar? Why?
Once again, that goes to what I was saying. The dog whistles of the bias, the unconscious and conscious bias that people be talking about. Even when the doctors will sit there and be like, this happened, y'all will still be like, I'm still going with this. It's like, man, believe what you want to believe. Believe what you want to believe. Sure.
Megan is gonna lose regardless. That's the bad part about all of this.
See, and that's the thing. I don't know if she even slept with Tory. I can't say that for a fact. I really can't. Because really, Kelsey didn't even say that either. She said that she be on niggas that she be with. But she never said Tory. She could have been talking about past tense. Tory is the one who's been saying he slept with them both.
No, but Kelsey did say it happened before in the past tense. She definitely said that.
Okay, but it happened in the past tense. But what about now? I'm just saying, why are we so quick to believe Tory and Kelsey, but we can't believe Megan?
I can't believe Megan because she's been telling white lies through the whole since it started.
And Tory's telling lies too. His whole
I gotta put Sage. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta Sage. Y'all stressed me out.
But Megan is the one with no friends at the end. EJ's not her friend. Kelsey's not her friend. Everybody
should be friends if they shoot you.
Exactly. She still got plenty of friends. I don't know why everybody acts like those two is like the end of the world.
Exactly. I can't wait to hear their stories.
If you don't want to believe it, just say that. That's all you gotta say.
Oh no, I don't really believe her because of my foot wound, and I know what the doctors told me. They was ready to amputate my foot, and I had to fight over them.
You said you had a
whole hole in your foot, baby.
Right, and that's
it wasn't
why
a superficial foot wound, like Megan's injury was.
Yes,
but see, that's the thing. I work with wound care patients. I see it all the time. Even amputees who have one leg, one foot, get up and walk out on crutches with necrotic tissue on their wound. People have wounds and they get up and walk out. Everyone is different. I've seen all type of cases.
My sister literally has a dead leg, and they don't know how she's walking with her dead leg.
Right.
So
y'all wasting your breath for her. She ain't gonna believe it.
No, I'm agreeing with y'all. I just it's too many white lies and it's gonna get dismissed.
But here's the thing, though: if everybody has did their share of lying so far, because you know why?
That's true.
What we do know is that Kelsey, Tory, and that bodyguard know who did what, and none of them are also ratting each other out. So everybody is participating in withholding the truth in one way or another. Mm-hmm. Nobody in the situation to me wants to look bad. They all look terrible in the situation. A lot of shit got done, and everybody has an added investment in protecting whatever the entire truth is. So nobody wants to really say anything. And now that all this shit, we talking about all this shit, I'm reading all this shit, it's looking like this case gonna be dismissed. It is looking like that. Yeah. And I just feel bad for Megan, because regardless of being a shitty friend and sleeping with your friends, and being, all of that, like, nobody deserves this, though.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, you can go get another 3'5" ass nigga. Like, at the end of the day, men are replaceable and disposable. But
that's right.
Like, nobody deserves to be shot up and bleeding from their damn feet and have drones and helicopters and UFOs hovering over their ass.
Not UFOs.
It's too much. It's just
it
too
is a lie.
much. It's too
much. It is a lie. I feel sorry for her too. And
then I already know the aftermath. If Megan don't come out the winner, she gonna have to never be on social media again. She gonna have to perform and never read the comments. She gonna have to turn off the comment sections on her Instagram or Twitter. She just gonna have to give it up, because they are going to chew. The manosphere gonna chew her motherfucking ass up. All the people who want to avenge Kevin Samuels' death's gonna chew her ass up. All the black men people gonna chew her ass up. I mean, she's already been ripped a new one, and we don't even have a verdict. So I can just only imagine how quantified this gonna be afterwards.
And see, that's what's so unfair. Because even if it gets dismissed, it doesn't mean he's not guilty or Kelsey not guilty. It just means they didn't have enough evidence to prove it.
Exactly. And probably that's what's going to hurt. Do y'all think that?
Are we at least on one page that she was shot and it was not glass?
Girl, I don't know.
Because the thing is about it is this.
Was she shot with glass? Hell, I mean, what's tea? People want that glass statue to be true, baby.
But here's the thing about it. Because I don't want but here's the thing, because I don't want people to forget, once again, because we keep moving the post. Whether or not she's able to prove it or not, she still had fragments in her feet. Both of the people still had gunpowder on them. So whether or not it's proven or not, she still was shot. So whether or not they get free, she still was shot. The same way we know OJ was set free, but we also know what the hell happened.
Exactly.
Just saying. She was shot with blood. Oh my God. Y'all just keep this going.
Baby, they keeping their foot on your neck with that glass heel, baby. They keeping their foot on your neck.
Baby. That's all that is. They just trying to
glass narrative for me. See, baby, this is why if I ever had a case, I wouldn't even give y'all ass the opportunity to be on the internet with the shit, girl, because no matter what the truth is, it's gonna be an assertion of a certain narrative. But Miss Nikki made a great point. She said, if Megan messed with Kelsey's friend in the past, why was Kelsey still Meg's friend? Was she reaping the benefits? So it seems like it was a mutual usury, honey. I mean, both was on their
That's what I'm saying. Where was all this energy before?
That's what I'm saying. Everything hit the fan, and this is gonna be dismissed.
It seemed like to me with Kelsey, based upon what I got from it, was that like,
just to find out,
it's been some funky shit that's happened in the friendship, but they were like, they had moved past it, trying to, and then Megan got famous, and you can't tell a famous motherfucker nothing, baby. They entitled. I mean, it is what it is. You just not gonna
talk to it crazy a couple times.
I mean, I'm the star in the situation. So
exactly.
I feel like that could have led to Kelsey possibly snapping because
It's like, bitch, this not the first time, bitch.
Yep. Probably talked to her crazy a couple times.
yeah, all that. I mean,
Yeah.
she probably felt like the do girl probably at times was treated like the help, maybe even not intentionally, but it's just certain things, certain dynamics that just take place when you working for power. And, you know, I'm sure Kelsey probably felt, I mean, I can only imagine how emasculated Kelsey, whatever the proper term is, probably felt. Because here it is, I'm already working for a woman who already could get all the men I get in the past. Now I'm actually like an indentured servant to her ass as an employee. Like, and I just feel like the Tory Lanez shit could have been the shit that just like broke the camel's back.
And
And that's why I'm interested to see what Kelsey's gonna say.
Look at Chelsea in the comments. Look at Chelsea in the comments. Ain't nothing wrong with being the help.
Okay, let's put it on the record, girl. Chelsea Alana is the baddest help ever, honey. Okay, Kelsey could never. Okay, like let's just go on record, baby. Okay, Chelsea is the baddest employee ever, baby. Okay, you in your own lane, Chelsea. So we can't even. You don't even put yourself in this category, boo. Okay, you beyond. Okay, whatever Kelsey had going on, like with Megan, girl. You in a lane all by yourself. So don't even gotta worry about this certain, boo. Like you good. But yeah, this is gonna be fucked up. I feel bad. I feel bad for Megan. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, and it's fucked up. So, So, do y'all think that Tory is going, like, if Tory was to be found guilty, do y'all think that there's going to be epic backlash? Do y'all think that there's going to be a public apology by people who shitted on Megan this whole time? Do y'all think he's going to make it right?
No.
Wow.
People love to stand in their wrongness. They love to be bold and wrong every day.
Shit. We see that in the chat right now.
Hell yeah.
This ain't gonna do nothing good for black women and black men's plight.
Exactly.
With black women feeling like they are. That will prove that black women are the least protected.
That's true.
If a man get prosecuted under the criminal justice system, goes through a thorough vetting process to have the verdict rendered to him, and you still be like, nah, he ain't did it. Nah, da 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 da. Nah, blah 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 blah. Nah, she capping. Nah, da da. It's gonna be bad either way you cut it. Like either direction, it's just going to.
It's gonna be bad for the black community.
But to me, that's why it's so dangerous for anyone to be talking before the case, because I feel like you know, the court of public opinion can help sway, you know, a verdict as well.
Yeah.
Honestly. So I just feel like I just wish neither one of them would have said anything and just let this all played out at court.
Yeah.
I agree.
Now, Joanna, you and these fragments. So let me break it to you.
Record, Miss P. Taylor, look up the definition of fragments. It don't stop or stop the bullet fragment. I don't.
So let's put it this way. We have two people that have powder on them, gunpowder on them. Obviously, there was something. The weapon was in use. I don't care. I was walking away, and there's something that hit me. Okay, that it never should have been fired. So with that being said, it doesn't matter. All this semantics and all of these, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it was shot, either intentional or unintentional. The weapon was present, either intentional or unintentional. It still doesn't matter. It's a reason why we have something called murder and manslaughter. The intent is different, but the impact is what they're talking about. I might have intended to, go out and have a good time, have a few drinks, drive back home. But however, the impact is that I got into an accident and I murdered 3 or 4 people. That's why it's considered manslaughter. That's what I'm saying.
But Joanna said, I'm not saying that a gun wasn't fired. I'm just saying that the bullets in it were made of glass. In my opinion.
Wait, let me say this out. Whether or not it was mixed, it was bullets.
Baby, y'all not gonna do me tonight. Y'all will do Jesus.
On the panel, ready for these type of moments.
Baby,
because I need to use that.
I like you.
I just cut out. Well, let's get out of here, you guys. Me and Reckless have a lot of content to bring to you guys later on in the day. So we will be back at 4 p.m. to talk about Armand Wiggins' interview with Mr. Milan Christopher from Bad Boys. There were some interesting things that went down in that interview that we're going to be talking about. And then we're coming back and bringing back you guys' favorite Black trans woman, One Love. She's ready to trigger things up once again. So we will be returning at 9 p.m. to get into some things as well, Eastern Standard Time. I already have the community wall post for the shows lined up. So you guys just keep an eye out on that community wall post. But yeah, we'll be returning to you guys later in the day to get into all type of things, entertainment, political. We're gonna do it on this here Thursday. But before I get out of here, anybody have any remaining thoughts on the case so far?
It was bullet fragments.
I'm just saying this is when casual sex amongst friends go wrong.
Right.
So let me ask y'all this then, to the women on the panel. So, obviously there's a lot of Black men need to protect Black women conversation taking up the space. But with this Kelsey and Megan situation, it seemed like Black women also need to be having a conversation amongst Black women about protecting each other as well.
Exactly.
Yes.
Maybe I'll facilitate a panel and let y'all get into some of them things as women, because I think that women have something to talk about amongst each other about one another. But if there's any content creators on the panel, or if there's anybody who wants their social media shouted out, like you guys have the opportunity right now to shout out your Instagram, your Twitter, your YouTube page, etc.
Your OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, fans only, etc.
You need a tap out. I'm gonna say from that one. I get with you.
They tell me we should protect each other and protect facts. All right, so with that being said, that is it for the video for today, guys. Please make sure you guys pop that like button. Please. Smack that notification bell so do not miss any of my posts from us. So with that being said, my name is Reckless Logic, and everything stated here is fucking allegedly. So with that being said, my Instagram name is Strictly Wrecked. Y'all let me know. That's the most effective way to be able to reach me. If you want to let me know how much you love me, how much you hate me, you can let me know what you like, what you don't like. You can let me know that I'm the most dirtiest mother that you know. It doesn't matter to me. That is the most frequent and accurate way to be able to reach me. Now, however, my YouTube channel name is Reckless Logic. That is the name that you see on the screen. Well, if not now, the name that you see throughout the night. Reckless Logic with 2 C's. Thank you.
All right. Eve the Weave. Shout out your channel, boo.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Eve the Weave. I'm on YouTube and I'm on Instagram, but I don't really blog on my Instagram. I should, but I don't. But my YouTube channel is Eve the Weave Slay. And I'm here, and thank you, Conscious, for bringing me on your platform.
I love
this was a great discussion. It really was.
Yes, I hope I see you later on today. We're going to be getting into quite a bit of discussion.
That's going to be intense.
Yes. Okay, so y'all heard it first, baby. Please subscribe to Eve the Weave on YouTube, honey. Please give her clicking her view and subscribe. Support the kingdom. Support other content creators. All we got is each other, honey. Okay, so we in this thing together as content creators. I love you, and thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we got V Redemption, honey. Honey can't do beat down, honey. Stomped tonight, baby. She did this shit intentionally, y'all. She thought I was calm down. She said, "Let me get up here and shit on this nigga. Let me get up here and show how it's really done." Any final words, Pooh? And if you have any social medias that you would love to shout out, you're more than welcome to.
I would like to say thank you again for having me on your panel. I enjoyed it as always. I listen to you every night. I'm not a content creator, but I am a wig maker and I am a cosmetologist. And I did send you a message, Conscious, on Instagram.
Okay.
So you guys can find me at Rachel's Redemption. That's RACHELZ Redemption. And I'm on YouTube as Beauty's Redemption. And I just post videos about wigs and hair and training people how to, make wigs on sewing machines, ventilating.
Oh, yes, amazing. Yes, God, girl. Y'all know we do the hair here, honey. Period. Okay, I'm going to message you before I go to bed tonight.
Okay, look forward to it. Thank you.
Okay, y'all subscribe to my boo. Y'all heard it first, honey. Hit her up, honey. Wigs, weave, 27 pieces, baby. We get into it a while, honey. Stop playing our face, bro. Period. Stop playing, honey. I might have to bring Be Redemption back to have a whole hair conversation because I know y'all been asking me for hair videos and all of that. So, girl, we'll be getting into all of that too. This was a great live. You actually woke up reckless. You had the bubble guts prior to the discussion, girl. I want to shout out you and because y'all held it down for a good 45 minutes. Like, wow, bitch was gone, honey. So I really appreciate y'all doing it up. I'm going to have to send a special shout out. I'm going to have to message, show my gratitude. Appreciate all the panelists. We'll be keeping up with the story, you guys. As the drama unfolds, girl, we'll get into it, honey. Please give me a nasty thumbs up on this video. If you guys didn't do it in the beginning, if you didn't do it in the middle, please do it on your way out the door. This helps the platform so much. I think we're also only about 6 or 7 subscribers away from 33.2 subscribers, girl. So we are just, the kingdom is kingdoming all over the place. Look, okay, she done subscribe to the boo. There you go, period. Thank you for coming through, Miss Joanna. We always need a good antagonist, honey. For every Avenger, we need a Thor, okay? Mm-hmm. So we always need a good antagonist, honey. Thank you for being here. But I love you guys. Shout out to my mods.
Especially since Miss Barbara not here right now. We need good antagonist.
Shout out to my baby mother, Ray. Shout out to my sister, Ah. Shout out to Classic Queen. Shout out to all the moderators, Auntie Trisha, honey. We love you guys, honey. Subbing to all the panelists tonight, period. Okay, old school Patricia. That's how we do it here. Purple Lava, okay, always coming through, honey. Purple Lava said, baby, honey, I'm more than just a mod, baby. I'm hitting this motherfucking lane. I'm a panelist too. We'll get into it, okay? Period. Okay, so let's wrap it up. We'll see you guys later. Peace.